There we go. Now we're on.
Yeah.
Yeah. You didn't have that much enthusiasm the first time around.
I literally had way more enthusiasm. You just weren't ready for it.
Well, I wish that you would put 110% in every time.
I can't make that happen again. That was natural. That was not something I can just pull out of my ass.
Well, you know what I
I
pulled out of my
tried.
ass? I was
I can think of a
trying.
few things you probably pulled out of your ass.
I was trying to play for you, but the microphone wouldn't fucking pick it up. Herbie noises.
Fucking Jesus.
Because we're announcing it here today. Herbie is going to be the official host of the podcast because I'm retiring, and because
We're
Ryan's
being
been
replaced by AI. We're being replaced.
because Ryan's been a little bitch and won't let me have Herbie host the big question of the podcast. So I've decided to resign and give Herbie entire control instead.
He
Fuck
makes the
you.
decisions around here.
He does.
We all have to
Wub
bow down
weebub.
to our AI overlords.
I don't know about that. He's quite low down. I don't think I'd be able to get back up.
Uh,
He's like 2.5 feet.
is he actually? That's
He's
quite
pretty
short.
fucking tiny.
I could carry him around in my pocket.
You could wear him as like a a backpack. Oh my god, I could get a Herbie backpack.
That'd be cute.
Anyway, what have we got today? We watched some shit. We
We
watched a lot
did.
of shit. We've got
We always do.
our rumors, and we've got our big question, and we've got our comic catch up, which should be pretty fun because we've actually both been reading some comics for once.
I really didn't read that many today, man.
Yeah, but like you've read enough.
Have I?
You've got enough for me to at least ask you, and then for us to ramble about it for like 5 minutes, and then quickly move on.
All right. We'll see how well that pans out when we get there.
Before I ask you like about the film that we watched, I just wanted to quickly bring up that I watched the Eileen Wuornos documentary on Netflix as like
So
a
who?
follow up to the Ed Gein thing.
I don't know who that is. You said that a little bit
Oh,
ago. I have no idea who that is.
okay. So Eileen Wuornos is an American serial killer
Hmm.
who posed as like a hitchhiker or a woman of the night and would get into the car with men, get to a secluded spot, and murder them.
Wow.
And she's like very, very prolific for like the way that she looks. She's got like kind of crazy looking eyes. She's got a very like intense sort of look to her if you fucking Google her.
Hmm.
She's got like she's an iconic female serial killer. She's like pretty well known. And they've made loads of documentaries, there's interviews with her, and she was one of the people that I thought that maybe Ryan Murphy would like do a season of Monster on, but he isn't. Instead, it's rumored that Sarah Paulson is going to be playing her in one of the other series instead. As like, I guess maybe an influence sort of thing. I don't know. Maybe he's gonna do a full episode on like female serial killers and whatever. I don't know the shit. The
She looks
fetish shit
very
that he
nice
does.
in this picture. In this picture, she's like smiling. Oh, she's literally in a fucking she's in prison.
Yeah.
She's
The
like
majority of the
grinning.
pictures of her are.
That's so
Um,
crazy.
so yeah, they did the did like a Netflix documentary kind of thing. It's all one like it's like a film, and they go through like her life and the people that she murdered and the court trial and stuff. It's all like actual documentary stuff. It's not like Ryan Murphy style dramatized.
Right.
And there's a lot of stuff to do with her mental health and uh, her motives and things, that kind of stuff. And it goes like all the way up to when she got hit with the old lethal injection and like the media
Did
surrounding it.
she?
And you know, it was a good watch. It was an
They
interesting watch.
really
I recommend it.
they really used to kill a lot of people when they went to jail, didn't they?
I mean, she killed like 8 people.
Eight's not a lot. Is that
I mean,
really
it's not
it?
a lot, but like,
I guess
I
that's probably
guess
the ones that they could like charge her for.
yeah. But also, I mean, it doesn't sound like a lot, but for like one person to be consistently killing 8, I mean, Jack the Ripper got like fucking 5 or 6 people, so
Yeah, I kind of sound crazy over here. Like 8 people is nothing. I could kill 8 people.
you're like, I can get fucking 15 kills in a Marvel Rivals game. Fucking 8 people's nothing.
I've
Fucking
killed
piece of
way more than
piss.
8 people, and I'm not in prison.
I would like to say now that I'm not associated with Ryan whatsoever.
Yeah, I'm
And
doing this all on my own.
yeah. But no,
Actually,
it was
Ollie
really,
had
really good.
everything to do with it. He used to lure people in for me.
Oh my
You're going
God.
down with me, buddy.
It's funny you say that because I just got told recently that somebody that I work with offered one. It's like they were talking about me, right? And
Okay.
somebody said that they really wanted to help me like get to work and back by giving me a lift, but they thought I was weird and a little bit creepy because all I talk about is serial killers.
Oh my god.
And I was like, fantastic. Like, that's the vibe I'm going for. Like, don't fucking
Is it
interact with
really?
me. Yeah, like,
Damn.
don't. I do specifically bring up, like, if somebody asks what I've been doing, I'm like, oh, I've been watching the Ed Gein show.
Yeah, that's
like,
not a good first
what did you do
impression.
over your 4 days? Oh, watch serial killer documentaries and, like, murder podcasts. Like, ignore
I just
everything else
really
that I did.
like serial killers.
Yeah, exactly.
I just really admire all the things that they do in the world, you know?
I also just love the idea of somebody doesn't want to come pick me up in their car because they somehow think I would be capable of murdering them.
The idea that somebody
What the
would
fuck?
talk about it and then do it just doesn't, like, if you're gonna do it, why would you talk about it first? Like, I would be
Some people
keeping
do
the
that.
serial killer fetish to myself.
No, some people do it. Some people
Really?
do that.
That's crazy.
So, anyway, there's like bits and pieces in this documentary where like it shows you her, like she says to a certain interviewer like, "You're gonna make loads of money off of me. You're gonna fucking make a movie about me. Like you're gonna hit the big time because of this story that I'm about to tell you," kind of thing. So she's fully aware of like, or she was fully aware of the shit that she was doing and like how famous she was and stuff. It was a really, really good series. Really good documentary.
I mean,
I recommend
To
it.
be honest, very subversive to all the other serial killers out there, man. You know?
So, what else did we watch, Ryan?
We watched a John Wick adjacent movie, but better
That's it.
because it had
We
a
got-
girl
Oh!
in it.
Bloody hell! Straight
Hot
in there.
take!
That's fucking everybody clicking off of the video. That's it. We fucking had him on the Eileen Wernos, but now we've lost him on the fucking ballerina
my
being better than John
opinion-
Wick.
In my opinion, women are way better, but that's just because I like women.
Yes.
Some people
Jesus Christ.
who don't like women would disagree with that, but you know, that's their problem.
So yeah, we watched Ballerina, aka What If Black Widow got her own film and was good.
And it was actually worth watching.
Yeah.
Oh my
What
gosh.
did you think of Ballerina then?
I really did kind of love it. I mean, I don't know. You're right when you say that it's very much like a Black Widow film because of just like, I mean, she's literally a ballerina and an assassin.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess she was more trained as like you said a bodyguard, right? It was more like to protect somebody as opposed to actually just
so
going out and killing people. But still, she
they
was being
expand the
taught
law
how to
with
kill.
Kikimoras.
Yeah.
They're Kikimoras and not Baba Yagas.
Not Baba
Kikimoras
Yagas.
are sent out to like. Well, she said that they like. Yeah, we can send you out on hits, but your primary use is going to be protecting people. And that is kind of like a running theme. Even when she's young, like, she witnesses her dad protecting her, and then she kind of grows up to take his role. And we
Right,
get,
yeah,
like, the
no.
whole iceberg lounge scene and
Wait,
all of
wait, I'm confused. I guess I didn't get that when we watched the movie. Her dad was part of it too? Well, no, because her dad was from the village,
that.
right?
So her dad did leave the village, but, like, it said at some point when she joins the Ruskaroma that, like, her dad is essentially a Baba Yaga.
Mm.
But my point is that, like, she gets to see, like, when she's a kid, the whole opening and stuff is, like,
Mm-hmm.
him protecting her, and then she grows up to be somebody that is meant to protect.
Okay, yeah, no, I understand now.
So it's just like yeah. No, it's not like an actual plot point. I'm just fucking being a snarky cunt about it. God.
I really did like that. The first scene with her as a kid was very like it puts you right into the movie. Like you're hooked from that beginning part. Like I don't know, I was very invested after that.
We got old Daryl Dixon in here.
Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot about that. Which
I'm
he, I
glad that
mean,
didn't get spoilt for you.
yeah. What I feel like I should have known that, but no, I had no idea. And he was not a terrible guy, which I was afraid that he was going to be a dickhead. So,
Yeah.
there's always hope. I
How
do
did you
think Norman
feel?
Reedus is a great actor, so I'm happy that he's getting roles.
Oh yeah, same. How did you feel about, like, the fights and the action, since that's, like, the focus of these films?
I mean, it was engaging. I never felt like it was unbelievable that she was fighting people, especially with the way that they had her taking hits. It was pretty crazy.
Yeah, she got her
And
ass
with like
beat.
yeah, at the beginning too, like they show her having to work towards being better at fighting. And then even after she like graduates at the ballerina place, which you said the name of it, but I can't remember I can't
The
keep all the names straight.
Ruskaroma.
A Ruscaroma. When she was there, like she had to work for it, and then even after she left, she still was getting her ass handed to her on occasion, even if she did come out like not dead.
Yeah.
It was like, holy fuck, girl, you're gonna die.
And I think they do, like, a pretty decent job of, when she gets her ass kicked in the iceberg lounge scene, they then do, like, a time jump a little bit later, so that then when you see her fighting again, like, right after, it's, you've got, like, oh, well, she clearly healed up in between, and then
Yeah.
now she's off doing something else, and then there's, like, another period between that and the entire last act, because the entire last act is just non-stop fighting for, like, a good
I
fucking 40 minutes.
I honestly expected it to end way sooner than the last act. Like the fact that it still had more at
Yeah.
that point. I was like, what the fuck? But
Yeah, the film
no,
definitely ended, like, 4 or 5 times.
it felt like it. It was also just like things you haven't really seen before. They're very inventive when it comes to using different like weapons and fighting to styles and shit like that. I don't know. It was
Definitely.
like super awesome to see, and like the way that she moves is pretty fun to watch. I don't know. They did a really good job with the fighting choreography.
I think there was, like, some stuff that was just genuinely really funny as well. Like, you had
Yeah.
that moment where she's beating the fucking woman in the face with the remote, and
Yeah.
the
It's
TV's
changing the
changing.
channel.
Yeah, and then, like, when they're fighting over the plates and they're, like, smashing them over each other's head. Like, just fucking stupid little shit that, like, it would be in a regular John Wick movie as well. Like, just little moments like that were pretty cool. And
And
Anna
then the
de
whole
Armas did a
time,
great job.
I know, the whole time you get to look at Anna de Armas and you're just like, hell yeah. Because she's beautiful
But
and
yeah, that
deadly.
that montage at the start is, like, one of my favorite. anything. I like a good female-led action film when like it shows you them training and like doing all of the shit, because you see it all the time with like when you see the Kingsman, right? Like he has to go through all the training stuff and then he becomes like a badass fighter.
Yeah.
And I like that anyway, and I think that there's a lot of, you know, oh, she's a Mary Sue, she's just good for the sake of being good. And it's like, I like when they do it how they do it with the guys, where they show the training and they show you getting her ass kicked, and like the whole scene where the trainer is like, change the terms of the contest. I'm like, fuck yes, let's go. Fucking fight like a girl. Kick that dude in the fucking nuts.
There are no
Like,
rules
that
when it
shit
comes
makes it
to
badass.
life and death.
And I love all of the moments like that where she does take advantage of like who she is and how she can fight and stuff. And then you get like sort of towards the back end of the film and they start fucking whipping out like just flamethrowers and an entire fight scene with grenades. And it's just crazy.
Yeah, that part, the flamethrowers were the coolest part, honestly. I was so into that. But even like her fight with John Wick, yeah, no, they used the fuck out of those flamethrowers. They were like, we got them, we're gonna use them as much as possible. But yeah, even her fight with like John Wick, I don't know, it just didn't seem unrealistic, and they didn't like have her just beat him because it's her movie. Like, he genuinely whooped her ass, and the only reason she made it out of there is because like he's not a monster and he like understands what she's going through, and she basically had to be like, listen, you have to let me do this, and he actually like was on her side. And that, I mean, I don't know, I really liked that.
Yeah, he made a deal with her and gave her a chance and like, I don't know, kept his word, which I feel like throughout his films, you know, he's got like his own set of morals, and like you see the character development and stuff, and like the entire John Wick franchise is based on the fucking death of a dog, but like that kind of shit changes a person.
Yeah.
And it's not just the death of a dog, it's like the death of the dog and like what the dog meant and stuff, and that's like the similar situation that she's in with, you know, she was a kid, and it happened ages ago, and you know, there's fucking an entire town's worth of people, but she's gonna fucking kill all these people to avenge her dad.
Yeah. I honestly really fucking loved the whole group of assassins living in a village together. Like, that shit was crazy. Genuinely, how are you supposed to fight a whole community of people who all want to fucking kill you and are really good at trying to kill you? And it wasn't even like
John Wick on a sniper watching your back.
Yeah, literally.
That's how
he
you
did
do it.
save her that there. But it wasn't even like with her dad, it did happen so long ago, but as soon as she got to the village, like, she found out she had another family member who did care about her, and then they fucking kill her too, right in front of her, as soon as they meet. So she doesn't even get a chance to make that connection, you know? So, like, they stole even more from her at that point. She was definitely, I mean, I don't know, justified a little bit. Well, although there were a lot of kids that are now orphans.
Well, while we're talking about the community and the kids and stuff that were there, I thought it was kind of funny how, like, when they were talking, like, they were interrogating her inside of the school in the classroom, there were, like, anatomy of a gun in the background. They had, like, instead of the anatomy of the human body, they were, like, breaking down a gun on like, the chalkboards and shit.
Yeah.
All the little details like that were really cool.
Because they start the kids early, don't they?
Hell yeah, they had fucking targets in, like, the playgrounds.
They should have had a scene where she had to fight a bunch of kids. That would have been crazy.
I genuinely thought they were gonna, because they have her, like, when she's running, she stops and looks at a kid. But then the kid kind of backs off and, like, his parents run out instead.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, they should have, like, had the kid attack her and she has to, like, dodge the kid's attacks or whatever and take him down in a different way.
Right.
It would have been cool. But yeah, I enjoyed it. I thought it was a good film. And we need to get fucking Chad Stahelski and his whole team to do just everything fucking Red Hood, Black Widow Like, just get him on these, like, brutal
Please.
close quarter combat superhero films.
Please.
He would kill a Red Hood film.
Oh, yeah.
It would be
Oh, yeah.
amazing.
Are you kidding? Oh, that would be awesome. Like a Red Hood film of him just hunting down, like black masks, like
God,
lackeys
exactly.
or whatever, and then
Just anybody that he
ugh.
can off, and it's like not going to make that much of an impact, but it's cool watching it happen. That's
Just
all
give
we
him cannon
need.
fodder. Come on.
Yeah, that's all we want. And like the neon lights of Gotham and stuff, like that cinematography that they play around with in the John Wick films, it's
Yeah.
perfect. Absolutely perfect. Black Widow in Madripoor. Do it.
Oof.
Do it, you pussies.
Really. They really should have done a Black Widow film so long ago and had it actually be like a spy film. I don't I don't even know what that movie was. I wish it was so much better. Oh my god.
Yeah.
It's sad. It really
The
is.
only redeeming feature is that it gave us Yelena.
Yeah, literally. And I feel bad because it's like she deserved that movie. Black Widow deserved that movie. Scarlett Johansson deserved that movie for being a part of the Marvel franchise for so long, and they just butchered it. And I want to like it so bad. I really do. And I don't
Yeah.
want it to be like I'm just shitting on a movie for no reason, but it could have been so great.
I feel
And
like
they
it's...
still go ahead.
Sorry, go on. No, go on.
I was gonna say I feel like they did it like where it was in the past, but it just wasn't far enough in the past, and they did it this like weird in between moment, like
Yeah.
it was after Civil War, right? I just don't care what she was doing after Civil War. That's not what I'm interested in. I want to know what she was doing when she was a actual assassin.
Yeah. That's what I was going to say was, like, it does feel like it's the second or a third film in a trilogy. And, like, the
Yeah.
positioning of it, I would have preferred... I feel like Black Widow should have come out, like, when it's set. It should have been the first film after Civil War.
Yeah.
Instead of us getting, like, Doctor Strange and stuff. I feel like that would have been a good follow-up. And I think because of the era that Marvel were in, it probably would have gotten a lot less flack. It still would have
Mhm.
gotten some hate, but like they were in their fucking golden era at that point. They could do no wrong.
And I feel like
So
people did like Black Widow. Even if they
yeah,
don't like women-led films, whatever, like they like Black Widow. It was completely different when they released like Captain Marvel because everyone was like, no one cares about Captain Marvel, which we've established we don't care what people care about. But like other people, they're like, why are you doing Captain Marvel? And then her powers are changed and everything, and like the actual Captain Marvel from the comics at that point in time wasn't really who we got. You know what I mean? So
yeah,
people were just really upset about this. And then they made her super powerful, which she's not usually as powerful as she was in that movie because they gave her the powers of the Tesseract. So like that caused so much strife that it like if it was just Black Widow was the first like when Wonder Woman came out, that movie was great
yeah.
because people like Wonder Woman and they wanted a movie with Wonder Woman in it and she had been in movies before she got her own film. It
And
like
like
kind of
it
paved the way for
was,
that.
it did the whole fucking like. You got to see Wonder Woman training. You got her whole origins, which like we've never
Yeah.
had a Wonder Woman film before.
Yeah.
So like it was completely fresh. You've got like the period piece setting. You've got like humor in there. Fucking Chris Pine, like
Chris
Wonder
Pratt.
Woman. Yeah, I almost
No.
fucking got like three
He
syllables in and I had to
he
stop
haunts the
myself.
narrative.
Always. But yeah, like if they, and I mean, if they had released it right after Civil War, it would have come out before Wonder Woman as well. Because Wonder Woman
Mhm.
was 2017 and
Yep.
Civil War was 2016. They could have undercut DC, and it was, it's a shame. And I agree that like it should have been her earlier life, and it should have been, they fucking make the Budapest thing into a joke in the earlier films, and then it turns out to be something pretty fucking serious.
Mhm.
And I feel like you could have easily just made them separate things. You could have done like a gritty Atomic Blonde style espionage. Show her fighting Bucky. because you've introduced Bucky at that
Dude.
point.
And they said, like, that they had a point where they had met, you know?
Exactly.
And I know that they don't want to do, because they changed it from Bucky being taken by the Russians, and he's actually, like, it was Hydra. But he still has the Russian code words. I don't know. I feel like you could have still done something with that. She makes that comment in Civil War where she's like, "You don't even recognize me," and why would he recognize her if all he did was shoot her with a sniper rifle? If that's the only reason they have ever had any interaction, why would he recognize her? So, like, there's obviously some kind of history there. They just don't care to show it. And it just upsets me a little bit. I feel like we'll get like some kind of, I don't know. You've been all on the special presentations. They're probably going to do a cop-out thing like that if they do anything at all. But
I mean, yeah, that's if they do anything.
Mm-hmm.
But I think the point that they're at, I could see them doing, like, and this kind of wraps into one of the topics that I'm going to bring up later, but I feel like they might end up giving Yelena some of Natasha's storylines. And I think that if they are going to do anything like, what is it, Winter Widow related, then it'll be between those two instead.
ugh.
But I would have loved, like, a fucking, like, set in the early 2000s, like, proper edgy, grungy, like, that fucking X-Men Daredevil era style, like, a proper throwback film of, like, Black Widow, espionage, fighting the Winter Soldier. You know, she's got a fucking... she's going through, like, nightclubs and shit, and it's all... I don't know, like, that early 2000s grunge, I think would have been a cool vibe for, like, a first Black Widow film, and you explore, like, all of that trauma that she went through in the fucking introduction to the film, and, like, you've got the action from Ballerina in there. It just sounds cool.
Yeah.
I want it so bad. You can have earlier versions of Nick Fury in there. Fucking, you know, younger Maria Hill. Meeting Hawkeye. You've got everything in there.
Bring back Phil Coulson. Please.
Sorry,
I'm the only person who wants him back.
I heard somebody in the back shouting, "Bring back Phil Coulson." Could you close the door on your way out, please? You're not welcome here. What the fuck? Bring back Phil Coulson, said nobody. Excuse me.
Said me! Are you kidding me? I love
Can somebody
Agents of
remove the
S.H.I.E.L.D.
person from the hall, please?
I love Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Take him away!
Christ. Take them away. Take them to the cells. Fucking hell. So anyway. So Ballerina was very good. And we
just went on a tangent about something else for 30 minutes.
Well, we went, yeah. We went on a tangent about Black Widow, which we did during the film anyway. But yeah,
the whole time it was just, this should have been a Black Widow movie.
Yeah, it really should have been. Yeah, we've got some. How do you Gambit and Rogue?
I am a prophet. I prophetize. I see.
Okay.
I knew it before everybody else. Gambit is a strategist.
Gambit is a strategist. I got a cough. Holy shit. Wow. I just, like, coughed my guts up. You saying Gambit is a strategist, like, brought something out in me. It's like hacking up stuff.
Demon just got relieved.
Yeah, I'm fairly certain in a previous episode you did say that Gambit could be a strategist, and we were talking about, like, him throwing his cards to heal. And then we were like, yeah, but he's probably not going to be. They're probably just going to be DPS.
Yeah, I was being, like, slightly facetious, but I'm still taking it as I called it, because I did, technically. On a technicality. I was just mad because everybody wanted Rogue to be a strategist.
Yeah.
Which I still, like, there's still, like, a small chance that she will be. Because of,
she's
like...
Vanguard. She's Vanguard.
I hope and pray every day that she is.
There's no way... Like, the way that she's fucking carrying him in the fucking trailers and shit. Like,
dude.
Holding him like a koala bear. She's
I
a Vanguard.
love it. She has to be. Oh my
That
god.
woman's a vanguard.
That should be an emote that they add into the game is Gambit just attaching himself to
That
Rogue.
would be a good one. I wonder if they'll have a team up.
I hope so.
And then we got, obviously the more important thing, we got a tease of Cyclops.
Yes. Which immediately after I saw that, I was like, oh, I need to be there when Ollie watches this trailer. I need to be there.
I didn't even clock it initially. I was like, I thought it was Matt Murdock.
You and a lot of other people, actually. To be fair, you're not the only person.
I just instinctively was like, oh, it's a skin for somebody that's already there. And then when you pointed out the hair color, I was like, oh, oh, they're blading him. He's going to appear in this season and then come back like in 2 seasons' time as an actual character.
Yeah. Which, it's about damn time.
Yeah. In my opinion, he should have been base game.
You would say that.
He's the leader of the X-Men.
I think he should have came in with Rogue. With
Rogue.
Jean. I don't know.
Oh,
I
yeah,
like
yeah,
Blade,
yeah.
but Blade could have came in earlier. They waited really long to add Blade.
They should have really added in Blade during the fucking vampire season.
Yeah.
I don't understand what they were doing there, but it was like, oh, we've got the Fantastic Four film coming out, so it felt like they were swapping people around a bit.
That's true.
And we'll just rush out all of the Fantastic Four.
It probably was because of the promo. They had to do it.
But yeah, we got some new characters. We won't be able to play as them for the next couple of weeks because everyone's going to be insta-locking them, but we got some new characters. We got Gambit.
That's what you think. I'm fighting for Gambit. I'm throwing down in the insta-lock.
We might be able to do it in a quick play, but I don't think you're going to get him in comp. Though he'll get banned in comp, 100%.
Oh, yeah.
I've played like 3 or 4 games today, and every time that has played him has got an MVP.
Well, he has a really good kit, but I feel like a lot of the other characters have been getting buffs too this season, so he might have some competition for who's getting banned. Because I think even Invisible Woman got a buff.
Oh,
actually,
yeah.
like 3 of the supports got a buff.
I started playing as her today. I was like, I'm going to learn Invisible Woman this season.
She's so good.
Why not?
I don't know. She's the only character I have as a Lord right now.
I really want to get Lord Rocket. He's going to be my 3rd.
Yeah.
And if I can get I want to get him, and then I'd like to get Mantis, and then start working my way through some DPS maybe.
Yeah, I need to get because I'm really close with Luna Snow and Cloak and Dagger, but I also I want to Lord 1 tank or 1 Vanguard, and I think either Angela or Magneto, maybe. Which Magneto got a really good team up with. Is it with Gambit?
Well, I'm not sure.
Yeah, I can't remember who it's with, but he got a really good one that it lets him throw his sword, just fucking
shit.
crazy. So might have to play him some more.
Do you want to do your lovely Walking Dead recap next, or shall we sit at the rumor roundtable, right?
Well, we were just talking about Norman Reedus, so maybe we should.
Of course, yes.
Yeah, he's become quite the main character in the last 2 seasons I've watched, which he's obviously part of the main group, but he's become
just to recap, where we got up to. Because I think it was last episode. No, episode before last, because last one was the London one.
Right.
We got up to the back end of All Out War. You finished season 8, and we were talking about how it's a controversial season, the deaths that happened and stuff. And you've just watched seasons 9 and 10, which is the Whisperer War.
Mm-hmm.
So the start of the Whisperer War, you've got that time jump. How did you feel about the bridge scene?
I was upset for every character except for Rick. Because I don't really... Rick's a really cool character.
You were like, he's had his time, let him rest.
But he has definitely had his time. And sometimes I don't think he's the strongest character in the bunch. And I really enjoyed, after the bridge scene, how other characters got to, like, come to the forefront. But
okay, that's a good way of looking at it.
Yeah. But I was sad, don't get me wrong, when I thought that he was dead, but then immediately after that, they show you that he's in fact not. So then I'm less sad about it. I'm like, clearly he's coming back later. It is what it is. Which so far, he hasn't come back, so I'm a little actually more worried, but after the bridge scene... what? That doesn't seem...
Me, like, debating in my head about whether or not I should tell you.
Probably not.
No, I won't. I'll keep it to myself.
Yeah, we'll circle back around to that.
I'll just say
comment,
this. When he did leave, they were talking about, like, all the news reports and stuff were saying there's going to be a Rick Grimes trilogy. Of films, okay?
Films?
We haven't got those. Yeah,
No.
we haven't got those. So
Isn't he in The Ones Who Live, though?
Which one's that one?
It's a
The Ones
spin-off.
Who Live. God, I don't even know which one that one is. Oh, yes. That's what we got instead of the films.
I haven't seen it. But obviously I'm going to watch all of the... my roommate was like... Because I was like, I want to watch the spin-offs. Hopefully we finish soon so I can watch the spin-offs. And they were like, you were already going to have to watch the spin-offs. Like, you have no choice. Yeah, no, you are definitely. It's like, okay. Good thing I want to, then. So
Rick is off. Au revoir. I was going to say hasta la vista. Au revoir, baby.
With, what's-her-face? Anne? Is her name?
Is that
the
her
trash
real name?
Lady? I think so.
Jadis, I think is what I was going for, but I can't remember if that was her name.
I think Anne is her real name. Because her and the fucking... Okay, so I remember it because her and the priest have, like, a thing, and it made me really uncomfortable. Which he continues to make me uncomfortable still. Because... I just really want to skip to the time skip. After the time skip, somehow he pulls Rosita, and I don't understand mentally how this happens. I think Rosita has major daddy issues, because her pics are terrible.
Did she ever get with... what was his name? Mr. Mustachio, the fucking ginger fella.
Yeah, they were together, like, the whole... at the beginning, and then he wants to be with, God, what's her name? It's been a while. Sasha.
Yes. Okay.
She wants to be with... He wants to be with Sasha, so when he dies, he's, like, in between the two, but at that point, he had, like, chosen Sasha. But that was fucked up, because, like, as much as Sasha's a badass bitch, right? She's awesome. Rosita is, like, also awesome and beautiful, and I don't know. I guess they're both amazing women, but...
Rosita's outfits.
She's amazing.
She's always got, like, the crop tops and stuff.
Yeah.
She's, like, the least prepared for a zombie apocalypse looking. She's like a video game character.
She really is, especially when she first rocks up. And I feel like at that point she was being used very much as a prop, as opposed to like actually being like her own
fleshed
character.
Out character, yeah.
Yeah, but she does get like a lot better, I'm not gonna lie. And even with her being brought down by the priest, she still stands up as like being one of my favorites.
I'm gonna have to like, cause you're currently watching season 11, and we'll talk about it the next time we record. She's got my least favorite moment in the entire show. And
yeah, season 11 has been rough.
It pains me because I do really like her character, but there's something that happens at the back end of season 11 with her, and I cannot forgive him. Like, it's awful to, like, watch it play out. But you'll get there,
Yeah.
and I'll
We'll
bring
have
it up
words.
again. So anyway, you've got the fucking... your time skip. Judith's grown up.
Judith has grown up. She's wonderful. She has the hat that Carl used to wear. And a katana and Rick's gun. For some reason, they gave this little girl a very large pistol. I don't understand how she uses it, but she does. Quite often, actually.
I love that they just go full, like, I don't know, she looks like, again, a character from a video game. Like, you come across this badass kid that's got a cowboy hat, a Python revolver, and a katana.
And when we see Judith for the first time, she meets some new characters.
Yes.
Which are, honestly, I do really like these new characters. I could already tell what anybody else would have to say about it, but Magna is really fucking cool. Yumiko is really fucking cool. Connie became, like, one of my favorites.
Okay,
like,
so
immediately.
wait. So, Magna is the lady with the tattoos, right?
Yes.
Yes. She's lesbian with Connie, question mark?
Yumiko.
Yumiko, okay.
Which, okay, I enjoy that they're putting gay people in this, right? Of course. I always support gay people. But they have so little development. It's insane.
Oh! Connie's deaf.
Yes, she's amazing.
Oh, shit. I think I know her actress. Is she not Makari from Eternals?
Is she?
Yeah, I'm pretty certain. Let me
Oh my
Google it real
god.
quick.
I love this woman.
'Cause
I literally
was
started
so
watching
fucking...
interviews with her.
Yeah, no,
Because
it is
I
her.
love her.
This is why I love Makari, because of the actress in The Walking Dead as well.
Oh my
She's
gosh.
brilliant.
Yeah. Which they do some scenes with her, like they did it in one of the episodes where she's in this cornfield and like it's from her perspective so you can't hear anything or it's all muffled. And that shit like was so cool.
Yeah.
I don't know. And like honestly it like puts you like really in a scary position when you're just watching it because you're like freaked the fuck out. I can't imagine being in a situation where sounds can literally kill you and you can't hear when you're making the sounds. Like that's horrifying.
I loved the dynamic that she ended up having with Daryl as well.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed their scenes together.
I always love when Daryl gets like a sidekick. It does scare me often because they tend to die. But so far, Connie's doing good. I mean, I was worried about her for a while, which we'll talk about in a minute. But she's still kicking it. So that's
and then
lovely.
Do you know who else is in that group of survivors?
Yes, Kelly is
fucking...
Connie's sister.
Yeah,
who's also
I did
awesome.
not end up liking Kelly.
Really?
I don't like her.
Okay.
But they also... I don't know the dude's name. Who's the dude? Is he called Frank? Luke.
He's their token white guy.
Yeah, do you know fucking what he's from that we've watched?
I'm sure I do, but I can't recall it at this moment.
He was the patient in Hannibal. With the one that was like, I just want to get to know you more. And he was like going to the same opera as Hannibal.
Oh! Yeah! Holy shit.
That's that
funny.
fucking dude. God.
I think
forgot about that group.
Yeah. No, they at first you're kind of like, who the fuck are these people? Why do I care? But then they do kind of become pretty important. I mean, they quickly become Hilltop's in like entire muscle because the whole thing is like they're found by Judith and they get brought to Alexandria, but Michonne's like not letting anybody into Alexandria, which you learn about in a like later on why, which is kind of valid, even though she's being a little bit fascist about it. Um, so they get sent to Hilltop instead. But they very quickly become like the only people defending Hilltop, which is crazy because they just got there.
Well, I mean, Hilltop takes quite the hit because
Yeah.
Maggie goes quite quick.
She's
And
not there, like, after the time skip. She's literally just
yeah,
gone.
and it's such a shame because I love like the idea of Maggie leading a settlement and her taking on like that Rick role.
Yeah.
I feel
I
like
really,
that's so good for her.
I did miss her immediately once she was gone. And then Jesus took her place and then he died, like, in the
We'll
next
get on
episode.
to yeah, we'll get on to that.
It was bad.
So yeah, the start of the Whisperer arc, the Whisperer War, where I guess they're like watching. I think I remember Aaron being there. Fucking Aaron loses a hand.
Yeah, that's like before the time skip.
Yeah,
He
his
loses
fucking
it.
arm's gone.
Yeah. Fucking what's her face? What's her name? The one that Carl was into.
Edith.
Enid.
Enid. Oh.
Enid. You got me there though. You got me there. It wasn't right, but you got me there. Yeah, so she has like no medical experience, like barely any medical experience. She's being trained at this point and she has to amputate an arm after Aaron gets fucked up. And that was
The Mill
crazy.
treatment.
And fucking Daryl's there during it and then he walks out and just like bodies the guy who did it, which I don't blame. That was fucked up.
And during that whole sequence, I think it's in that same like little miniature story arc. Is Rick still there during that?
Yeah, that was before
Yeah.
the bridge.
You meet the fucking one of the guys from season 1 comes back.
Who is that? That
The
comes
guy
back?
from season 1, he leaves with his family, and then Rick finds him later on as part of that enemy group and confronts him inside of the building. And he's like, holy shit, like it's been years since they've seen each other.
I'm pretty sure
And
that happened a while ago.
Is that not the same situation as
You're
when
talking
Aaron
about-
loses his hand?
No, you're talking about Morales?
I don't know. I can't remember his name. Oh, Google it.
But yeah, he had like the kids and the wife,
Yeah,
and then
yeah,
he no
yeah,
longer
yeah.
has them. He's like on his own with this. Yeah, no, that was when they did. That was during the war with the Saviors.
Oh, okay. No,
But I
that
think
makes
he
more
ends
sense
up
then.
getting killed at that point.
Okay,
But,
yeah. I just forgot to fucking bring that up before because I thought it was after for some reason.
What I think is fucked up is the fact that during this they appoint Daryl as head of the Saviors. Who the fuck decided that that would be a good idea? He was literally captured and tortured in the sanctuary for months. Like,
Yeah.
what? That was a terrible idea. Like, he had no interest in keeping them together at all. He was just like, I don't want to do this. Why are you making me do this?
Before I
It's never gonna
remembered
work.
that Aaron had lost a hand. They're watching the Horde at night and they notice that the Horde aren't moving, they're like circling, right? And they're like, what the fuck is going on? And they can like, you know, rumors are that the zombies have learned how to talk and they're like
This was
organized
after
and
the
stuff.
bridge.
Yeah. This is
You're
after
bouncing me
like,
around.
Time
Yeah.
jumps happened, the bridges happened, all of that shit.
I was freaked the fuck out because I genuinely did think that I was like, holy fuck, they're evolving.
Yeah.
Because that was when Rosita and Eugene go to do the radio shit for the priest guy. Or not, I guess it's for Eugene too, but Rosita's there because Gabriel asked, I keep forgetting his name, but Gabriel asked her to be there. And yeah, they get attacked by a horde, and the horde is like, find them, they're here somewhere, like, and they keep, like, they're tracking them down no matter where they go.
Yeah.
It's fucked up.
And you get that fucking amazing cemetery scene where, like,
Yeah.
fucking Jesus is getting ready to take him on, but the fucking zombie, like, stabs the shit out of him or sort of, like,
Yeah.
slices him.
Yeah.
And you get that reveal that it ain't a fucking zombie, it's a dude wearing the head of a tanned, like, fucking leather-faced zombie-faced
Yeah.
shit.
Which is really fucking creepy, but also a really awesome callback to like literally the beginning of the show when they
Yeah,
told you that you could walk with the walkers if you wear like their scent. Basically, if you smell dead, you can walk
yeah,
with them. Like the fact that they start like this group of people who don't have anywhere to go figured out how to walk with the dead and basically that became their safety. Like that is nuts
it's the
and is
name of the
really
show.
cool. Yep.
I love it. It's such a fucking scary concept. I
And
love.
they
Is it
continue to be
in?
terrifying the whole time.
Is it in
There's never a
season 9
point.
where, like, I think it's like Daryl and somebody else. Like, it's the first reveal that they're whispering. They're like hiding in the fucking grass or something as the horde's going past, and you can hear them whispering.
That was Rosita and Eugene.
Oh, okay, yeah. Like that
Cause
alone, I was
yeah,
like, oh my god, I can't wait. I cannot wait. I was like fucking buzzing because I'd
cause
heard rumors about the whisperers.
yeah, they find Eugene where Rosita stashed him because he was injured, and they were basically like trying to get him. I don't know if they knew about Rosita or they couldn't catch up to her, but they find him and he's like they're talking to each other like something's
Yeah,
going on, and then they find out that it's actually people that are talking to, which is crazy that that the walkers are suggestible like that.
yeah.
But it is a really really cool thing to have brought up like this close to the end. I don't know.
And you get the introduction to Alpha and her right hand man Beta.
Yeah, which Alpha is fucking terrible and
Oh,
also has a
she's
daughter.
easily one of the worst. Like you've got the fucking governor, you've got Negan, and you've got fucking Alpha. Like all three are just fucking
I
horrific
really
people.
I really feel like Alpha takes the cake there. Like she's on a next
Oh
level type
yeah,
of
yeah.
nuts. Like yeah, Negan and the governor learned how to use the walkers in some like heinous ways, but the way that she does it is fucking crazy. Like it makes her so powerful as an enemy as well.
She's
Ugh.
played by Samantha Morton, who I've seen in a couple of other things, and there was a. Oh, okay. So I think the spin-off thing that I'm thinking of like the one-off episodes, there's a Tales of the Walking Dead spin-off, which is like an anthology thing, where each episode is something different. Terry Crews is in it. I don't know who else is in it, but Samantha Morton is in it, playing a character named D, and it's basically the origins of Alpha.
Oh.
So you should definitely at least check out that episode if you enjoyed the Whisperer War, because it's
Yeah.
a very, very good episode and kind of like shows you her right at the very start of the outbreak. But yeah, they're fucking like out living in the woods, and
Well,
you're
they
gonna
did give
I
you a little bit of backstory, like at the beginning of the outbreak, where through Lydia, which is her daughter,
yeah.
um, how she like manipulated Lydia into thinking that her dad died because of her, when really, and like also manipulated her into thinking that her dad was the bad guy and not the like not Alpha herself, which is crazy. And I don't know. I felt like it was very powerful, that storyline, especially like, because it sort of was a moment for Daryl as well because of his past. I don't know. It was all very like hard to like watch and get through, but it was really really awesome. Like well written in my opinion.
We got the Whisperers attacking Hilltop, which gave us some incredible cinematography with like
Mhm.
the people of Hilltop with like fucking shields and maces.
Oh yeah, that was what was that after?
Was that fighting the Whisperers or was that for something else?
No, that was fighting the Whisperers. I just think that that was like later on after, cuz Hilltop was still there when the kingdom falls, which is at the end of season 9, and which we didn't even talk about it, but Carol and Ezekiel are like married, which is amazing. I love
The
them
king
so
and queen.
much. I love them so much.
They've got an adoptive kid called Henry.
And Henry and Lydia are like, it's basically a Cinderella story because Henry's basically a
Fucking
prince.
Romeo and Juliet. Like two warring factions that can't go near each other, and these kids want to
Yeah.
like run away together.
Yeah. It was, yeah, no, it was, I really do, because I love Ezekiel, and I feel like Carol deserves happiness.
Well,
So,
she doesn't get it because what the fuck
no.
happens?
They end up, they end up having this fair at, the kingdom to try to bring all the communities together because after Rick died, they kind of all secluded themselves a little bit. And so at this fair, somehow Alpha gets in because she killed some members of Hilltop and skinned this bitch's head and wore her hair, which was nuts.
Yeah.
The whole time I was just like, man, she's just got her skin on her head. She's wearing her skin under that hat and nobody knows. That's like, she's so fucking crazy. That's the shit that makes her crazy. Because who
Yeah.
does that? Negan and the fucking, what's his face, didn't do shit like that. Like, the weirdest thing that the governor did was keep his, like, dead daughter. But, like, that's his daughter. And you kind of understood it a little bit, even though it was
He
crazy.
had the trophy room of the zombie heads.
Yeah, that was a little bit weird. I forgot about that.
But like, yeah, Negan was more of like a, like he wanted
Just
to
an
be a
asshole.
dictator, didn't he? He wanted to just be king and rule the
Yeah.
rule the fucking world.
Yeah. And he even, like, when he, at the end of it, when his underlings were being really, really bad, he didn't want them to be his underlings anymore. He killed them. Like,
Yeah.
he was like, you're not supposed to just massacre people. Like, that's not what we do. People are important. Whereas Alpha does not give a fuck about people. She prefers the dead. She doesn't think that people are important at all. If they can't survive, like, it's literally like natural selection to her. If they can't survive, they don't deserve to survive.
So
Which is like,
when do they find the Pikes?
that was after the festival, because she tells them, like, they take people from the festival and they realize that they're all missing, and she, like, tells them that they have to meet her, like, a couple of them, and they go there and they have to, like, leave their weapons or whatever and go chat, and she basically tells them that there's a border where it's her land, and if they cross the border, more people will die. And when you go
Yeah.
out there, you'll see where the border is, and then they go to see the border, and the heads are all, which it's a couple people from the Highwaymen, which the Highwaymen were pretty fucking cool. And I really liked that Carol got them on their side with just a movie. That was really fun. But yeah, a lot of Highwaymen were killed. And then
The
Tara
reveals.
is
Poor Tara.
awful. I was so upset. And who else was it? Enid. Yeah.
That was one of the ones that I was like, Enid, why? Like, you could have done
Yeah.
stuff with her character.
And Sadiq was there the whole
upset
time,
about-
but he ended up being left alive to tell them what happened. Which Sadiq is their doctor. Which honestly, if I had to pick one of them to survive, I mean, at least it was the doctor.
Yeah.
I guess.
But then the
Still,
big
like-
reveal and the fucking absolute gut-wrenching moment of Carol losing yet another kid
Yeah.
because the
Henry.
last head is fucking Henry's.
Henry is gone, and you
And it's-
just got him, which is the worst
Yeah.
part.
I mean, it's such a shame as well, because, like, just, I don't know, that reveal kind of, like, pissed me off, because, like, yeah, you've only just introduced this version of the character, but also, like, God, you're gonna fucking put Carol through this again.
Yeah.
Like,
Genuinely,
she already,
when...
like, from the fucking get-go, she was already, like, that meek, like, timid, abused, like, housewife, stereotyped, like, woman that couldn't fend for herself, and you watch her go through so fucking much, and then she, like, reels herself back in again when they're at Alexandria, and then she's, like,
Yeah.
ripped back out once she's, like, got her family back together by fucking her kid getting killed again. It's crazy.
The parallels from that season 2 episode of Daryl holding her to Daryl holding her in this episode is just like so hard to watch. And he's like literally like, don't look! Like, don't! Yeah. And you're just like, oh fuck. Because she lost another fucking kid. Because she's not allowed to be happy. Ever.
Melissa McBride, like, she kills it as Carol. She's such a good character. And
she is.
I was like, coming out of that, like, the only good thing, I was like, God, you've got to fucking kill her. Please, you've got to fucking kill this bitch.
Yeah, and, like she does go please. Fucking crazy. Because, they agree not to fight because more people will die. So she goes back to the kingdom, but the kingdom's also falling apart. So at the end of the season, they basically have to leave it, and they go to Hilltop, and that's like the end of the kingdom, which is so upsetting because I love the kingdom.
This has got my favorite Negan scene in, because they're traveling in the snow. It is blizzardy as fuck, and the fucking group lose Judith, and the only motherfucker that gives a shit is Negan. He's gonna go out and rescue the fucking daughter of the man that took him down and fucking imprisoned him for, like, over 6 years. And carry her back. I was like, fucking kudos to you. Like, you want some fucking redemption? There we go, we're on the way.
Yeah, that was, like, that is a redeeming quality of Negan, is, like, the fact that he does care about kids. He really, like, I mean...
Specifically, like, kids that he can tell can, like, look after themselves and, like, are smart and stuff. Like, he noticed it with Carl. He's noticing it with Judith. And, like, he genuinely does give a shit about, like, the future, I guess. Yeah. But it's just his way of thinking was fucked up before. And now you're trying to, like, readjust because he's had time to, like, change his mindset, and he's been in a different position for the last 6 years, and they've, like, humbled him massively, and they don't want to trust him at all. Like, he's their prisoner this entire time.
They really don't trust him at all. They don't trust him like, even after the Whispers are over. Like, they really don't fuck with Negan at all.
And I mean, rightly so. Yeah. But, like, that was the scene where I was like, okay, like, we gotta really take advantage of the fact that we got a guy like Negan. Like, I get he made some fucking fucked up decisions, but a guy like that, now that we've lost Rick, we gotta get him here.
Yeah, you don't want to put him in any kind of position of power again, but definitely use him while you can. I mean, they did get to that point where Carol was actually the one who decided that. But yeah, after the kingdom falls...
Did it not become, like, the sort of, like, Carol and Negan versus the Whisperers kind of thing? Like, they were the main two that were kind of making moves against the Whisperers. Like, Negan joined them at one point as, like, a kind of inside man.
Right, which was crazy. I believed that he was genuinely on their side for a little bit, but I was also like, what the fuck are you doing, bro? Like, you gotta stop this. There's no way this is better than being a prisoner. Even wearing the mask? Yeah. And he did it well, and as much as, like, they hated him because he talked too much, which was a really funny dynamic to have with the Whisperers, because their whole thing is, like, you gotta be fucking quiet, and, like, they're basically, like, they act like they're part of the animal tree, like, they're basically like animals, or like the dead, or whatever. It's just, it's a really funny dynamic.
How do we get to the cave showdown between Carol and Alpha?
Well,
Doesn't Makari go missing or something?
No. That was after the cave. It's
Oh.
Lydia goes missing because Carol uses Lydia against one of the Whisperers who Aaron's talking to. Because
Mm.
after, like, Alpha's been gone for a while after, like, the blizzard stuff,
Yeah, they
after the
migrated
winter.
and went down
Yeah.
south.
So they've been gone for a while, but they there's that satellite that crashes, so they cross the barrier to go fight the fires, and Alpha realizes that that's like or sees them do that, I guess, and basically like gives them another warning. But at this point, Aaron's having like this talk with another Whisperer at the border and trying to get the Whisperer on their side, or
Mm.
basically just appeal to her humanity. Which at the same time, I think Alpha wants the Whisperer to kind of get like information, but Aaron's not really giving any information, you know.
Yeah.
And so Carol brings because Alpha had told everybody that she killed her daughter, which she didn't do. Lydia is still alive and well because Alpha does actually care about her daughter, even though she pretends like she doesn't. She
Yeah.
really cares about her daughter, even though she's an abusive bitch. She still likes or loves her daughter and wants her to live. So Carol brings Lydia to the Whisperer to basically show that she's still alive and that Alpha lied and to break the
Yeah.
trust there. And Lydia realizes that Carol used her and decides I don't want to be a part of this. I just want to go off on my own. So she disappears, and so they want to look for her, but they also find out that they find out where the Horde is from this Whisperer because now the trust is broken and the Whisperer wants to go back to Alexandria. So they figure out where the Horde is, and so they're doing that first. They're trying to hunt down the Horde, but they're not supposed to engage because it's only a few of them.
Mm-hmm.
And when they go to where the Horde's supposed to be, there's nothing there except Alpha, and her and Carol lock eyes, and Carol's like, "I'm gonna kill this bitch," and the Alpha realizes that and takes off, and Carol takes off after her, and all the rest of the group takes off after Carol, and Alpha leads them into the caves where it's basically a trap, and they're trapped in with the Horde. So while they're in the cave, they have to which is a crazy episode. Like all of the cave stuff is so scary
Mm.
because of how many walkers are in the cave, which is
Yeah,
honestly
yeah.
a really cool place to keep them. Except for the fact that, then Carol wants to blow them up in the cave. Which is not a great idea.
Yeah, if
Especially
you're gonna go
not.
down into a cave, please do not be setting off explosives.
And really old explosives, too. Really old, dangerous, easily explodable explosives. Yeah, so she makes terrible decisions in the cave because she's crazy. There's
Has
actually a
Michonne
scene.
left at this point.
Perhaps. Oh, I didn't
I
even get to
can't.
talk about the fucking the scene with Michonne where she's pregnant with RJ because her and Rick had a kid after Rick is supposedly dead, which they don't really believe that he's dead because they never found his body.
Oh my
And
god.
Daryl was out for a very long time by himself trying to find his body. Skipped over that too. Daryl's like being an Alaskan bush people during that, and then but there's like a flashback where it's like the last time that Michonne trusted somebody, and it was somebody that she used to know. With like this woman had like a bunch of kids,
Oh no.
and they
I was gonna
yeah,
ask
they
you
let her
about
in.
this, but I didn't know if it
Dude.
had happened or not.
Yeah, it's fucking nuts. So
Oh
she
my
she
god.
she lets her in with her kids, and then they end up stealing all of their stuff and also taking their children. So like Judith and RJ, like they're taken with her. So they have to
Yeah.
go. Her and Daryl end up going to find these kids and this woman and get their stuff back. But when they get there, it's so fucked up the stuff that happens, and this whole time Michonne is pregnant. So obviously she's not like 100%, but she's still like deadly. And like I can't remember like the specifics of them fighting or whatever, but it ends up with her killing her old friend, and all the kids get really pissed about this because that's like basically their mom who taught them everything that they know, which is the things that they know are fucked up. And they all decide to start attacking Michonne. And at first she's like trying to get them like to just stay away, but they start like cutting her. And then
Yeah.
she ends up fighting back because I think one of them is like ordered to go kill the other kids in the trailer, and those are her kids. So she's like, "No, like I can't let this happen." And that is a really fucked up scene cuz she kills all these children. All of these children. Like 10 of them.
insane.
That is probably the most fucked up scene they've had in The Walking Dead. I'm not gonna
Yeah,
lie.
no,
I
I
don't think
agree.
anything tops that. Michonne, pregnant, all on her own, because Daryl's not there yet, just having to cut down like 10 children, like babies. Like they're so young. But they're like ready to kill her, so there's nothing she can do, and they're ready to kill her kid and all these other kids that are part of her community. But she
It
manages,
is
and then
fucking crazy.
yeah, I think yeah, after this when they're in Oceanside, she meets Virgil, and Judith like saves him, and she goes off with Virgil to like go find weapons cuz he says that there's like a army base or whatever.
Mm.
So yeah, she's not really there during all of this, and I mean, at this point fucking Daryl's doing most of it alone.
That was like one of the standout scenes that I can remember from like the back end of the show. And it's such a fucking just like, I can't imagine. It's the same shit with like fucking Carol. Like, you're gonna kill off another one of her kids. We're just gonna take Michonne and we're gonna put her through like one of the most traumatizing things you could possibly have to go through, of
Yeah.
killing a bunch of kids that are trying to kill you while you're pregnant.
Yeah. And fucking she has this like conversation with Judith because Judith that was when Judith wanted these other people to stay, right? And this is the reason why Michonne didn't want anybody from the outside there, is because the last time that she let somebody from the outside in, this is what happened. And so she like has this conversation with Judith where she's trying to be like, this is why, and Judith is like, I know, I remember it. And Michonne's like, I didn't think that you did remember that. And it's kind of heartbreaking because this whole time I feel like Michonne has been holding this as like a darkness, and Judith
Yeah.
is literally like, you protected us, like you had to do it. But she doesn't know, she doesn't understand like how fucked up that is because she's always
Yeah.
lived in this fucked up world.
Yeah, she was fucking born during it.
Yeah, so that's like, I mean, it gives you kind of a visceral, like, Judith is more grown up than she looks, you know, because of all the things that she's had to live with. And
Yeah.
she's like, the other kids made it a game while they were running away from Michonne, and the whole time Michonne's like going through like the stages of grief.
Yeah.
It's just so fucked up. But
So,
yeah.
back to season 10. After the cave. I don't
Carol,
really remember the
not-
gap between that and the fucking, like,
Listen,
when they send the
listen.
horde.
I'll tell you. Carol traps Connie and Magna in the cave. And I was afraid they were both
I
dead.
do remember that.
And I was so upset. Because, like I said, Connie became one of my favorite characters. And she was gone for a fucking hot minute.
Oh, yeah.
Like, she did not come back until, I think, season 11. Or, is it? Yeah. So then, after that, like, Daryl's pissed at Carol, but also pissed just in general. And he goes off on his own. And he attacks Alpha all alone. And actually gets really fucked up to the point where he's bleeding out. I think he passes out at one point. And then he has to be saved by Lydia. And Lydia basically gets there, and Alpha and Daryl are both like really fucked up. And she has a point where she could kill her mom, but she doesn't.
Mm.
And she just like takes Daryl instead of killing her. And then they have a conversation where Daryl like asks, "Is she dead?" And Lydia's like, "Could you kill your dad, or could you kill whatever your parent if like it was that situation?" And it's kind of yeah, it's kind of heart wrenching. But
You're saying that to the wrong person. This is Daryl Dixon that grew up in
right.
a very abusive household.
But still, like,
No,
I
yeah,
mean,
probably.
if you think about it, he had really weird relationships with his family. Like, even Merle, who
Yeah,
did fuck with him, like, he still, like, thought that he had to be on his side because that's his family. Like,
yeah,
that kind of relationship doesn't just, like, it's not just, oh, they were bad to me, so now I hate them. It's not always like that. Sometimes you, like, you internalize the stuff that happens to you. You don't feel like it's necessarily, like, wrong. So for a long time, he probably didn't like, especially if he was still in the situation, he probably would not have tried to kill his father.
yeah,
Now, looking back on it, he probably is like, fuck yeah, I'd kill him. But, like,
yeah.
realistically, when you're in that kind of situation, you don't really, that's not, like, you still have some kind of feeling there. Because as a kid, you want your parents to love you. You think that even though they're hurting you, they do love you in a way. So it's hard. It's a hard situation to be in. And I kind of am on Lydia's side with that because yeah, as much as like her family, which is all of the Whisperers, like are very fucked up people. Like that is what she's known her whole life, and they've protected her. They've taken care of her.
I think the
So
thing that I don't particularly like with her character is just the constant back and forth. A lot of the shit could have been prevented if she had just picked a side earlier on. There's a
but she
lot of like fucking like tossing and turning with, oh well, she's gonna be at Hilltop for a little bit, but then she's gonna change her mind, and then she's gonna go here, and then she's gonna change her mind.
I
And
understand
like
what you mean,
it's
but
just
it
frustrating to watch when it's like characters that you like are like dying or awful shit is happening because this one person is like consistently making bad decisions.
you have to think of it though. She's just a kid. And you're asking her to turn her back on everything that she's known. And
But
she's
then at
been
that
taught,
point, like,
listen, she's
stop
been
trying.
taught,
Like, fucking let them have her.
you know they can't do that. She's just a kid. She
it would
doesn't know any better.
it would solve a lot of fucking issues, though. I'm like, look, self-preservation. Let him keep the kid.
It's really hard. I don't know. I felt for her character really a lot. And especially after like cuz she did really like Henry and that was taken from her by her mom too. So it's just like she doesn't feel like she has any safety. And she's been taught her whole life that the community is not safe. That any kind of like grouping of people like that is not safe. So the whole time she's probably looking over her shoulder. And also nobody in the communities likes her cuz they all blame her for what her family's doing. So like the whole time she's getting literally bullied by everybody who's she's supposed to for some reason care about even though she doesn't know these people. That's the thing that like fucked me up cuz she's helping them win a war or trying to help them whatever cuz she thinks maybe they're doing better than what her family's doing. And then she's just getting like berated for it, just for existing, for being a kid that grew up in a terrible situation.
Mm.
That shit pissed me off so badly.
So, let's go on to the fucking Alpha with the help of Inside Man Negan attacks Hilltop.
Yeah, and they string up the people, and Daryl's immediately like, "This is Negan. He's with them."
Yeah.
And Negan didn't want them to like kill everybody, right? Negan was trying to convince Alpha to like take prisoners because that's what Negan likes to do. He likes to get people to follow him, whether by force or coercion. He wants people to like bow to him, whatever. So he thinks that he has Alpha's ear, But really, what he's helping Alpha do is kill every fucking body. So they like, honestly, at first you're kind of with Hilltop. You're like, shit, they could actually fight this horde. But then they start throwing fucking, what is it, gas or whatever on
Yeah, I
everybody,
think so. Yeah.
and then lobbing these fiery fucking cannonballs at them, and they light everything up. And that's when shit goes really bad. Because
I just
they
love the
lose.
visual of like Aaron with the like steel spiked shield. He's got like
Mm-hmm.
his fucking mace hand on, and he's
No,
like
it
on the
was really
fucking front
cool.
line. Can you imagine like? Oh, it's the one thing that I don't like about the Whisperer War like as a whole is Maggie would have been sick during this.
Yeah.
Like Maggie versus Alpha is way more appealing to me as a concept than Alpha versus Carol. Obviously, like they made it work and it was good, but like just as a general idea, like I love the idea of like Maggie stepping into that Rick, like leader role and fighting against an enemy like Alpha and like making it personal and having this huge war at Hilltop and like everything Maggie's been through and then like Alpha fucking tormenting her and shit would have been amazing.
Yeah. I think that yeah, they did good with what they had. And
Yeah.
Maggie
I
does
mean,
show
yeah,
up.
actors were fucking... actors were vanishing left, right, and centre to go do other shit at this point.
Yeah. And Maggie does show up at the like close to the end of the Whisperer War, but not necessarily only at the end of it. But yeah, no, it probably would have been pretty cool cuz at that point like there's not a lot of leadership at Hilltop.
Well, you've got... doesn't Yumiko become the leader at that point? But, like, she's only just got there.
Not necessarily the leader, but they definitely like look to her for like
Yeah, she's like, we've
answers.
got nobody else.
It's her and Daryl basically, because Daryl just becomes the leader of everything. He's
Yeah.
the only one left, especially when Michonne leaves. Like he's leading Alexandria and he's half leading Hilltop.
Yeah.
It's just bad. It's not good, and they're all like spread out.
So, the Whisperers pretty much beat Hilltop,
Yeah, and everybody
drive
from
them out.
everyone from Hilltop and the Kingdom, because the Kingdom had gone to Hilltop after it fell, all have to move into Alexandria after that.
But then, like, Alpha's fucking final card is we'll just send a shit ton of walkers into Alexandria.
Which actually, I think that happens after Alpha's dead.
Well, what's the what like is there not a thing where they're like moving them down the motorway or something and we get Daryl and Beta in like a construction site, right?
Um,
They have like a final showdown because Beta and
no.
Daryl fight a couple of times, but Daryl always gets his fucking ass handed to him. And then they have like a
No.
final showdown in like a construction site.
No.
Well, what the fuck?
That's
How
not
does
true.
does it
The
Beta not get thrown
honestly,
down like an elevator shaft?
that's yeah, but that's like that was in season 9 after they had gotten because they after the first time that Alpha shows up at Hilltop, it's because they want Lydia back, and they have to give her up in order to get two of their people back, which one is Luke and then the other is that guy from the Saviors who was a prisoner of Maggie's. You know who I'm talking about? And then he was with Enid.
No idea.
I can't remember his name, but anyway, those two were prisoners of the Whisperers,
Oh my
and they
god, that
wanted
is
Lydia
in
back.
season 9.
And then Henry goes off to find Lydia on his own, and so Daryl, because Carol asked Daryl to
Oh,
watch over Henry, he has to go find her, and then Connie goes with him, and then they have like their moment together, and then they go into this building that I guess Connie knew about, which is pretty cool, and they have a stash there, but the Whispers follow, which the Whispers use the herd, obviously, but where they stay is boarded up, so the herd can't get through. So the Whispers have to go up themselves. So they create like a choke point, basically. which is really smart. So at that point, yeah, Daryl gets thrown around and then ends up throwing Beta down an elevator shaft in order to get out of that fight.
Yeah, no, but he's fine. He's fine, isn't it? But then, like,
You thought
I'm
that he was
thinking
dead,
of-
and Daryl thought
Yeah,
that he was
yeah.
dead, but yeah, he ends up getting back up. I was like, you really need to like get down there and kill him if
Is
you want
there
to make
not
sure.
like Oh, I'm trying to remember how the scene fucking plays out, but does he not like double stab him?
That was
And
that.
like
That's at
Negan's
the
there
end.
as well.
Listen, we haven't even talked about Negan killing Alpha. That happens after Alpha's dead. So
Negan kills Alpha.
yes, bro.
I don't
Negan.
remember that at all.
Negan gets sent by Carol into the Whispers, which at first you think that Negan's with the Whispers on purpose because he got out of jail, but somebody let him out of jail, and it turns out that it's Carol making this choice to have him go be
It's
around
been
Alpha
the
so that he
plan
can
all
kill her.
along.
Yeah, and they have a moment where they do it, and that was really fucking uncomfortable to watch because they get naked and then they start kissing.
She's wearing the mask.
Yeah, it's fucking
kissing
crazy.
the mask.
That was honestly a very uncomfortable scene to watch. I kind of was upset that they made me see that. But, yeah, he ends up getting close enough to her to just, like, lob her head off. And then he like, brings it to Carol, because Carol told him, like, if you do this, people will think you're a hero, right? You're gonna end the war. But he brings the head to Carol. Carol puts it on a spike to try to, like, tell the Whisperers, hey, we got your Alpha. And that just makes things worse, because then Beta is the one who's running the show.
God,
Which
I completely
he
forgot about
is
all of
fucking
this.
crazy. Beta's way worse than Alpha, because he can't, like, he thinks that the walkers are talking to him. And it's like they're telling him things. And one of the walkers now is the head of Alpha, and he's got it in a bag that he's carrying around. And the other Whisperers are like, you're the Alpha now, and he's getting pissed because he's like, she's still the Alpha, whatever. And then he ends up taking her and killing her. But then he makes the plan to round up the rest of the walkers and go after Alexandria. But they knew that he was going to go after Alexandria, and they vacated the premises. So that's when you get the scene of all the walkers in Alexandria, and they're like, Beta's up on the windmill and fucking is like, they're making their plays, you know? Yeah. So yeah, that's when things get like really hectic for them, and they're holed up at like this tower hospital thing. I don't know really what that building was, but they go there. And they're trying to get Beta to go to Oceanside. They have like some kind of trap set up for him there. But I guess the walkers fucking whisper to him and tell him where to go. So he tracks them down to the tower. And now, like, they have to, like, figure out how to get out of the tower and lead the horde away, but also, like, not have them kill everybody in the tower, because they have, like, kids there, obviously. They evacuated everybody to this place. So a bunch of people, like, Daryl, Kelly's there, I think fucking... Who else is there? Wow, I actually can't remember.
Okay, well,
Anyway, a bunch of people. They walk through the horde because they take, like they take some walkers and they do the guts up and everything so they can get through. And they get a wagon and some, like, radios. Luke's there, too, because I think he's the one who makes the radio system. He's a music guy, I guess. So they use this wagon to, like, lead the horde away, and it's working. But then, like, obviously the Whisperers start attacking them, and they end up losing the wagon, and they have to figure out a way to like, not have the horde go right back to the tower. And Daryl's like, we just gotta start taking them out. Like, get in there, start taking them out before they can take us out. And that's what they do. They literally go in and they start, like, stabbing them in the legs and letting the walkers, like, eat them. That was the coolest part, is every time the Whisperers showed up, they would, like, shoot them in the legs or something and, like, knock them down.
Yeah.
And then they would start screaming, and all of a sudden, like, the thing that was protecting them is now attacking them. I love that. And then, yeah, so that's where then Beta, like, figures out what's happening, obviously, because he ends up being like the last one left, and Daryl and Negan attack him and end up, stabbing him in the eyes. Sorry, excuse me. Daryl gets him with 2 fucking knives right in the eyes, and then he pulls them out and is still alive somehow, and then he gets eaten. So yeah, that's the end of the Whisperers, and then they have to still get rid of the Horde. So Lydia and Carol or whatever decide that they're the ones who have to do it, or Lydia wants to, because she's the one who knows how to move the Horde. She wants to do it, but someone has to sacrifice themselves. So Carol's like, "Let me do it." But then it ends up being nobody actually has to sacrifice themselves because the walkers are just gonna walk off the cliff anyway. That didn't make a lot of sense to me, but it is what it is.
No, it was just one of those, like, Glenn Dumpster moments where, we're going to kill somebody off.
But they didn't end up doing that.
Well, it would have been the original finale, wouldn't it, really? And then we got, like, additional episodes. But I like that... So, like, one of the running themes for Beta is that, like, there's rumours that, like, you know, he's a well-known guy. He never takes off his mask, but, like, before the apocalypse, he was, like, famous. And I like that little, like, bit of mythology about him. And in Fear the Walking Dead, ho, 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 there is an Easter egg of... there's, like, 2 people that are, like, going through vinyl records.
Dude, I had to look it up because of the fact that they had a scene with the Whisperer who recognized him and then he killed him. And then after Negan and Daryl attack him, like, and he's getting eaten by the walkers and, like, the mask is off his face, Negan's like, "Do you know who that is?" And Daryl's like, "I don't give a fuck."
Holy shit. I love that Negan recognizes him. But in Fear the Walking Dead, they fucking tease, like, he's some fucking big time, like, country, like, pop star.
Yeah. That's
and,
crazy.
Like, it's the same actor that plays Beta on, like, the little vinyl record cover. And I love, like, that little tease.
After I heard that he was a country music star, I was hoping that they would have, like, Daryl looking through a vinyl in, like, the Commonwealth and be like, "Man, I think I killed this guy."
That would have been cool.
It would have been just funny. But yeah, so that's the end of the Whisperers.
What's the back end of the season? Is there... Okay, let me ask you a question real quick, because, like, I was aware that, like, this all aired during COVID, or, like, the back end of COVID and whatever. And I know that they added on additional episodes that they'd shot during COVID, so they were, like, shot and filmed a little bit differently. And the only one that I actually watched was a Negan episode. Is there a Negan flashback episode?
Yeah, it's him with his wife.
With Lucille, right?
Which he's a loser, apparently.
Okay. Yeah, that's the episode that I watched, and I didn't watch any of the other additional episodes that they added on.
Yeah. Honestly, it did, like, his wife was pretty awesome, so I understand why he loved her, except for the fact that he was cheating on her. But yeah, she has cancer at the end of the world, and he has to go get her...
He's getting the medication, isn't it?
Yeah, which she says not to, because he puts it in the freezer because the generator has to be shut off because the generator's making the walkers come because it's making noise, and they pop in the freezer, and so they have no more of this medicine for her treatments. So he has to go get more, but she doesn't want him to go get more. She wants him to stay with her because she's like, I'm ready. I don't need to keep doing this. But he's like, no, I'm gonna go do it. So he takes off and goes through this whole situation where he gets, like, he tries to rob this medical clinic, this moving medical clinic that's still active after the end, and he doesn't get very far with it, but they end up helping him anyway and giving him the medicine because they're just, like, kind of good people. And then he gets captured on his way back by these, like, biker dudes, which I'm not sure if they're the same or if they're any similar to other biker dudes that we've met in the show.
I think it's meant to be, like, a little bit of a suggestion towards, like, that's how he kind of creates the saviors.
Right. Which
You
you
know,
do
like a
meet
lot
one
of the
of
saviors wear the leather jackets and have the bikes and shit.
which one of the saviors, one of his like top people was part of the medical clinic actually. It was
Yeah.
the daughter of the guy, I think was his daughter. And so yeah, they end up, I guess he has to give up the medical clinic in order to get out. So he does that, and then he ends up going home, and she's dead because she took a bunch of pills. And so he comes back to her as a walker, and she's cuffed herself to the bed, and she writes on the door, "Don't leave me like this" or something like that.
Mm.
So he's like fucked up about that because he could have, spent her last days with her, but he decided to go be a self-proclaimed hero, even though she didn't want him to, and try to save her life. Which, I mean, it happens, I guess. But then he
And
ends
then
up
the
going
origins
back.
of the baseball bat.
Yeah, he ends up going back and killing all those people with his new barbed wire baseball bat.
And then I don't know what the other episodes were. Like I said, I didn't fucking. I saw that they were like just one-off kind of episodes. I guess that's what I got told that they were. So I didn't bother watching them. And then when one of the characters from the Daryl one came back, I was like, "What the fuck? Who's this person?" Because they're like talking
Yeah.
like they know each other, and I'm like, "Wait, what?"
Yeah, they
So,
gave
but
him
I
a
still haven't
girlfriend,
seen those.
which is
I don't.
odd.
Yeah, I don't like it.
I was a little bit confused. Especially because, like, I mean, I don't know if I really, like, needed it to happen, but they were having some kind of flirty situation with Daryl and Connie. So it was weird that then, like, there's this old flame all of a sudden. I don't know. They're trying to give Daryl some game, I guess, at the end of the show. But I don't think it was necessary. And I don't know. The whole dog, because it was her dog that he has. It's not just like a dog he found, which is what I thought.
Yeah.
So that's like origins of dog, which his dog is just named Dog, which is really funny to me. But
Very
yeah,
on brand
that's
for Daryl.
you think that she's dead though at the end of that episode because her place is ransacked and she's just missing, and Dog
Yeah.
went to Daryl instead of like being with her, I guess. So you just think that she's gone, but then yeah, she comes back later on. And it's even worse when she comes back. So there's that.
But we will talk about that one though next time
Yeah.
when
And
we finished 11.
Maggie's back too, cuz she comes back like right at the end of when they're in the tower. She like comes to help.
With
So
grown up
she
Herschel.
Yeah, but I don't know if they show him in season 10, but yeah, he does come back and we love him. I was so like, I don't know, just seeing him made me emotional. It's been
Yeah.
so long since Glenn has died, and I don't know, just seeing a little Glenn, I'm just like, oh my god,
Yeah.
my heart. And he's so sweet too.
He's so tiny.
Also, Ezekiel has
He's
cancer.
got his little hat.
I don't know if you
Oh,
remember
yeah.
that, but Ezekiel has thyroid cancer.
I remember at some point. Yeah. Is that on the back end of season 10?
Yeah, it's when he starts developing it and he's hiding it from everybody.
Okay. I
Yeah,
definitely
also-
do remember it in 11.
Also, there's an episode with the group that went with Eugene and where they met Princess.
Oh
Where
yeah,
they
of course.
actually get like they go to the place where Eugene's supposed to meet up with this Stephanie chick, and
Yeah.
they get fucking captured. And this is a really good Princess episode because she goes through like a pretty like intense mental breakdown where she like thinks that she's talking to the other people in the group, and like it turns out that she wasn't at any point talking to any of them, and the whole time it was in her head. But she was
Yeah.
having like these delusions that she was getting out of the train car and shit. And like talking to Eugene and like being able to talk to Yumiko through the like wall, and then Ezekiel like comes down and is in the train car with her, and they like make this plan to attack one of the soldiers, and he comes in, and Ezekiel is like beating on him, like genuinely like acting super out of character the whole time. And the whole like I was like, what is he doing? Like he's not usually like this, you know? But maybe he's like mounting anxiety, but then it like switches, and the guy's like begging her to stop, and she's the one who's punching him. And she like looks over and like Ezekiel's not there, and there's no hole in the train car that she could have gotten out of, and all this stuff. It's really fucking crazy. And then she steals his gun and tries to leave, but then she's like, I can't leave Eugene, Yumiko, and Ezekiel. So she goes back and she answers the questions, and she ends up finding them again. But yeah, no, that was a really good episode in my opinion.
Do you think you would have been okay, like, after the Whisperer War had ended, if, like, they hadn't really then branched into the Commonwealth arc and they just kind of ended it there?
No.
No? You're happy for it to keep going?
Yeah. I think
Okay.
It was interesting. I mean, they gave you sprinkles of it during the Whisperer arc. I mean, Eugene was talking to somebody on the radio, and then took all these people. Like, I would have been kind of upset if they didn't expand on that at all.
But, like, even... Okay, so say if they hadn't even teased that, like, they hadn't even started developing the story, and the show just ended with the Whisperer War being the final arc.
I am enjoying the, like, aftermath of the wars, because they are struggling a lot in Alexandria. Yeah. Which makes sense. And I really feel like if they had just ended it with, like, some kind of, like, hopeful, like, oh, everything will get better, it wouldn't have been, like, as impactful as being able to see everything that happens. So I don't know. I'm enjoying the storyline, which we've talked about some of the parts that I'm not a fan of, but we'll, like we said, we'll talk about those later. And then also, like, with Maggie coming back, she gets a couple more scenes, I guess. And actually I think she gets an episode too.
Dude, I'm gonna have to watch these spin-offs.
because they like... Yeah, because she takes a couple of people to go find Herschel, right? And they start fighting this guy in the woods who's, like, super military. And he's, like, literally got them cornered and shit. But he's just one guy. And that was so cool.
Yeah.
I don't know, seeing them...
Is that when they're, like, when the dude is setting off the traps and stuff?
I think so, yeah. Yeah, because
he ends up... I remember somebody getting a limb blown off.
Dude, he takes out, like, a bunch of people, like, because they just find, like, these 3 people from Maggie's group. And 2 people from her group are already burnt to a crisp where they had left everybody, so they're, like, worried. And so then they find these 3 other people in the woods, and then those people start getting picked off, like, one by one.
Yeah.
It's so funny to me when they add in people, and then it's just like, oh, time for them to die.
Yeah, only being added in as cannon fodder.
Yeah, so then it ends up just being, like, basically Maggie and Daryl, and then the dude with the scythes, who I fuck with a lot, because he wears the mask, and you know how I like masked characters. Yeah, he's fun. Yeah. So yeah, and the dude ends up blowing himself up, too, which they're right next to him when he blows up. So I don't know how they survived that situation, but it is what it is. It's TV.
Yeah, mystical TV life.
Oh, yeah. There's and then Gabriel and Aaron have an episode that's fucking crazy, too. Which I don't like Gabriel,
like I vaguely remember
but it's nuts. They go to this supply place, and the dude there, like, tries to kill them because they're like, quote unquote, stealing from him, because he, like, this is like his warehouse, whatever.
Yeah.
And he captures, after they go to sleep, he, like, I don't know, somehow gets them, like, strapped to chairs and shit, and he makes them do, like, Russian roulette with each other. Oh, and it's basically like, there's one bullet in the gun, you can shoot the other person or shoot yourself, and they keep shooting themselves, so he's like, like, he basically is trying to get them to shoot each other, because he thinks that people are bad, because his brother, like, betrayed him or whatever. And
Little
so
does he
like
know he's picked the worst two people to put in
yeah.
the game of who's the worst person.
Yeah. So obviously Gabriel's not doing it, and then Aaron he tries to because apparently he's been listening to them the whole time, and he's like, "What about Gracie? Like you want to really leave Gracie with no dad or whatever?" And Aaron's like,
Mm.
"Yeah, I'm gonna fucking shoot myself," because that at that point he had like every other time he didn't seem that weird, but like after this last time, Aaron like pulls back the whatchamacallit. I can't remember what the fucking thing is called, the trigger or whatever.
Yeah.
And he's like, it made a different sound. So he's like, that means that the bullet's actually like loaded. So if you shoot, it's gonna kill. So he like, but Aaron is obviously Aaron, so he's not gonna shoot Gabriel. So he literally puts it up to his head to shoot himself, and the guy stops him. He's like, "No, don't do it," which really like confused me because I thought he wanted them to die. And he ends up like trying to be like, "Oh, it's like, all right, like I believe that you guys are good people. Like I'll come back with you." But then when he like unties them, fucking Gabriel bashes him over the head and kills him immediately. Like after like literally Gabriel is telling him like, "Oh yeah, you can come back to our civilization," like telling him all these nice things, and then fucking just destroys him.
Yeah,
And this is a real turning point for Gabriel. Actually, there was a little bit earlier turning point for Gabriel where he killed a whisperer like in cold blood because he's just fucking crazy now. And him and Rosita like burn him on a pyre outside of Alexandria. That was fucked up. But yeah, he like, and Aaron's like fucked up about this. He's like, "Why did you do that?" Because he had like genuinely wanted to help this guy, and Gabriel's like, "He killed his brother. What the fuck?" And then they go upstairs, and the dude's brother is chained up. He's chained up like the guy who's keeping him as a prisoner. And so they go to help the brother now, and Gabriel's like going to unlock him, and the guy like gets close enough and grabs Gabriel's gun. And at first they think like, "Oh, this dude's gonna shoot us," but he puts it to his head and kills himself. So they just found these two like survivors, and both of them are dead now, and Aaron is just fucked over this. So that was a really good episode too. I really did like these episodes. They were pretty
Gabriel
good.
goes like through such an insane character development. It's wild.
I still hate him, but yeah, it is fucking crazy. He does
Like the same as Carol. Like starts off really, really meek, like unable to really do anything, and then turns into somebody that's like ready to fucking throw hands.
I mean, yeah, he was so much of a coward. He let his whole like, what are they called?
Service.
Yeah, he let all of them die by locking them out. Like when he's literally supposed to be the guy that lets people in and offers sanctuary. Yeah. So it is, yeah, it's a really come full circle moment for him. He's not afraid of killing or anything like that.
Well, there we go. Fucking The Walking Dead. Hopefully next episode we can do like a big fucking wrap up of season 11, and you can let me know what you think of the show as a whole, and what you think of the ending.
We're close,
and we are very close. You've also been reading some comics. You've read a little bit more of your Secret Wars build up.
I did read a little bit more. I'm very, very early on in it. It's like the lead up to time runs out, so I'm in that home stretch.
Time skip. Yeah, the Cabal are being dickheads and raging war on incursion planets.
Yeah, they genuinely like are enjoying themselves. Honestly, they were probably the people to call. I mean, Namor wasn't wrong. He picked the best people. They're gonna want to kill other planets. Like now they're justified in it, so of course they're gonna go to the extremes. But and I think it's fucked up.
At that point in the story, you'll have to remind me, because it's been like almost a year since I've read it at this point. But is this not the point where like the Illuminati and the Avengers have essentially like ran out of ways to destroy planets, and they can't settle on whether or not they can even do it? So they're like, well, fuck it. And like they're all ready for the world to end basically, and it
Yeah.
just doesn't.
Well, they still have the
Because
bombs, but they don't want to use them because they think that it's
yeah.
like inhumane at this point. Like they've all
So they
decided
do
because
they not
even
go like there's the 8-month time jump, and then you've got is it
no
an 8-month
that
time jump and then
no
you've got 8 months or what?
it yeah it is 8 month time jump and then you have 8 months, but that happens before the 8 month time jump. This is like
Yeah, no, no,
right
no. I know.
after what?
But like the fucking no, I know that happens before the 8-month jump. But what I'm saying is like they don't deal with incursions at all during that 8 months. Like they
The
make the
Cabal is the
decision of
one
like yeah.
are the
So
ones doing it.
you've got like the
They
point
actually
where they're
like
like, fuck it, we can't do this anymore, like we're
yeah.
not destroying Earths, and then for 8 months they're like living on edge thinking that the world could end at any point. But you've got the fucking Cabal, you've got, are they like the Black Swans or whatever they're called?
It's just one black swan.
Okay,
It's
well
just the one woman.
the people linked to her are like destroying planets.
Okay, I'm
Because
not
that's
there
what
yet.
she was. No, but that's what she was sent for initially. Like that's what she did it when she was introduced.
Right.
So whatever she's a part of are working on it. You've got
But I thought no,
fucking.
her planet was destroyed.
But the people that she's linked to are linked to the incursions in some way,
Are
and
they?
they just managed to capture her. Yeah, you'll get onto all of that shit. But like they're part of it. And then you've got
Okay.
like, I don't know if the builders are still going at it after the Builder War, but like there's other people that are fucking dealing with the incursions while the Avengers are like, we don't want to deal with this. We don't want anything to fucking, like Bruce Banner's sat on the edge of a cliff fucking getting drunk.
Yeah,
And Reed Richards is like
he is
clinging
like
to his kids.
Bruce Banner's like ready for it. He like has it.
Yeah.
He's like this is I literally screenshotted the panel because he tells Hulk, he's like, this is how I get you. He's ready to
Yeah.
die. It's really
Yeah.
fucked up. But yeah, and Reed Richards, yeah, he's going to see all his family and everything. Like they literally think that it's gonna end and then it doesn't, and they have to figure out like why. They don't know that the Cabal is a thing yet.
No.
Yeah. So that happens like right before the 8 month time skip.
You've got other forces at work going on. What's happened so far for you in terms of like Doom and Molecule Man?
I really only just found out about Molecule Man. It was like right after
Okay.
you had told me that he was gonna be in it.
Yeah. Molecule Man fucking pops out of nowhere because he's got like no build up at all.
Yeah, he's just
And
in
then
the lab
suddenly,
with Doom.
yeah, suddenly he's at fucking Doomstat, and they're like, oh, by the
Which-
way, we've got Molecule Man here.
Which whatever scientist he has working for him apparently finds out what the cause of the incursions are, which is apparently somebody doing it. But also at the same time during the Avengers run, like they're sending people to go to the edge of the multiverse and like deal with whatever is causing the incursions as well.
So you've
and
hit
that's
the
right.
multiversal Avengers.
That's right where I'm done right now. Like that's all I've seen.
Yeah, that's one of the coolest points for me because I'm like, fucking Sunspot's got his suit on and is like fucking setting up his multiversal Avengers team. Fucking Thor is there, Hyperion's there.
Yeah. Which
He's like, I'm gonna fucking send you guys to the edge of the universe to go fucking fight this threat.
Yeah. And he literally tells them like, you're not coming back from this. This is a suicide mission. So yeah, I'm interested to see what goes on there.
Honestly, like, oh god, reading Time Runs Out in particular, like I'd heard so much about Time Runs Out from people that were like, oh, don't just read Secret Wars, you've got to read Time Runs Out, you can't just read Secret Wars. But like, you can't really get Time Runs Out unless you get it in like an omnibus or like a larger collection. So when I finally got around to reading it on the app, and I'm like going through, like every single issue is really good.
Yeah.
And
they're dense.
Yeah, there's so many like moving parts. There's so many like different stories happening at once that all interlock, and I can't wait for you to see like, because like with Infinity War, for example, like when you're watching Infinity War and you've got like Thor's group is doing this and Iron Man's group is doing that and like Captain America's group is doing this. They do something very, very similar with Time Runs Out, where like Doom and Molecule Man are doing this thing over in this corner, and then like the Illuminati are doing this, and then you've got the Multiversal Avengers. And just seeing all of them doing their own things and then it all interlocking and then the finale being Secret Wars is so cool. And I mean, there's a reason that like people usually love or hate Jonathan Hickman, but generally speaking, everybody loves Time Runs Out and Secret Wars.
I enjoy his like storylines for sure. Some of his characterizations are a little bit off in my opinion, but like I can look past it. Like I mean, I've talked to you about like why like Spider-Man's a huge dickhead for the reason.
We have fucking agreed on that, yeah.
But like
bullying those poor zebra kids.
Yeah, it's a lot. At the same, like I don't really like. Each author is gonna have their own ideas of characters, so you know it is what it is. But it's just not how I see the character.
Yeah.
But yeah, his actual like writing and his storylines are really fucking cool, and they see like so far everything that I've read from him has been really like engaging.
Honestly, like the same with Imperial War, which I don't know if you'll end up doing that, but it's a very, very short event that they released quite recently, and it's starting to roll out on Marvel Unlimited. But the actual plot of it and the concept of it is so good. But it is some of the characterization within it that kind of like throws me off slightly. I'm like, I don't know if this person would be making these decisions, or if like these characters would be doing these things per se. But like the overall idea of it is such a good idea. But I feel like with the actual Secret Wars finale, like the Secret Wars series itself, for me, like with the circumstance that everybody is thrown into by the time you finish Time Runs Out, to me it's perfect. Like it makes total sense. But there's definitely like some stuff in the build-up that I'm like, all right, yeah, fair enough. Like you're fucking taking a couple of liberties here, and I do think sometimes he writes very dense. I'm like, dude, this is a comic. I don't want to be reading paragraphs on these pages. Please, can we calm it down a bit?
They can only say so much in one panel, bro.
Yeah. But I feel like that was my issue with like the Builder War. There was a lot going on with exposition and like explaining shit, and I was like, oh, it's getting into like Doctor Who fucking blabble where you're just spitting out words and I'm not understanding any of it.
Yeah, there's a lot of science words that aren't like real.
Yeah. But overall, like the series is, I mean, that's why I did skip some of the Avengers one, but the series picks up so much after you finish Infinity. And it's so worth it. I can't wait for you to, like, just experience it. And, like, some of the reveals that you're going to see is really, really cool. The reveals and the moments. And then, what we'll do when you finish Secret Wars, we're going to do a whole fucking episode for Secret Wars. Because not only do we have to talk about the fucking comics, but there's going to be so much to talk about in terms of how it's going to relate to the MCU.
Right.
So there's going to be a lot.
I'm excited, but it's definitely taking me a while. I'm bouncing between the two, like Avengers and New Avengers.
Yeah.
So it's slow going, but you know, it's.
But you get in there, and
Yeah.
there's like fucking 80 issues in the entire run, so it's understandable it's taking you a little while.
And having to read it on my phone is really hard.
Yeah, I'm not
I
surprised.
have to like zoom
Get
in on
yourself a
it and
tablet.
fucking. Oh my god, no.
Black Friday.
Absolutely not.
Black Friday. Get
I
a
cannot
tablet.
afford
Get
that.
a cheap one.
Mm-mm.
A shitty one off of Amazon for like fucking $50.
If I'm buying a tablet, it's not gonna be a cheap one. I will not waste my money like that.
I am 2/3 of the way through Secret Invasion, and I'm doing a similar thing that you're doing, where I'm bouncing between the different series that are telling the entire story. So I had initially made a reading order that had, it was the Mighty Avengers, I think it's the New Avengers, Secret Invasion Young Avengers, Secret Invasion Initiative, Secret Invasion Frontline, and then Secret Invasion Thunderbolts.
Goddamn.
And then I've had to chop out Secret Invasion Thunderbolts, Frontline, Initiative, and then I finished Young Avengers. So I'm down to just like Mighty Avengers, New Avengers, and Secret Invasion as like the three that I'm focusing on, because I was like, I don't care about these other series. Like, you know, they've got characters in that I barely know that I don't give a shit about.
That's valid.
I was like, there's too much reading. I can't do it.
How does it compare to Secret Invasion, the TV show?
You know, they're very different.
I bet.
Like, to the point where they're not even comparable.
Yeah.
It's a completely different storyline, but like at the same time it's not. Like, there's little bits. There's bits and pieces there. Like the Skrulls, the way that the Skrulls gather the data to make more Super Skrulls is the same as in the show.
Really?
They go to battlegrounds, they kidnap Avengers and take their fucking DNA and whatever, like... I don't know if you're... Okay, fucking spoiler alert. They lure the Illuminati into... I don't think you're ever going to read the series. And if you do, it's going to be a long time from now because you've got so much more stuff to read. But they lure the Illuminati into, like, one of their Skrull ships, right? And... like, the Illuminati think that they're doing the right thing, but they're being tricked by the Skrulls, and the Skrulls use their DNA, basically. They take the Illuminati's DNA.
That's
and
rough.
then the Illuminati leave. And then the Illuminati aren't aware of it and whatever, and that's how the Secret Invasion begins. Is like, you know, well, we've taken their DNA, we're starting to use their powers, let's start to take more, let's start, you know, replacing people, and... while you're going through the main Secret Invasion storyline, you've got New Avengers and the Mighty Avengers that are showing Nick Fury assembling the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. with, like, these new characters that he knows for fact aren't Skrulls and can't be Skrulls because they're unknown to people. Like, trying to combat and create a rebellion. You know, he's fighting with the Young Avengers as well. He's wrapping them into it. And then... the other series for the New Avengers is exploring the history of the Skrulls and, like, how long they've been there. And they've been there since Disassembled, and they've been there since House of M and Civil War, and they've been these certain people throughout these events, and there's been, like, multiple Skrulls playing the same people. And, like, it's a lot of shit, and it's cool, like, seeing... after reading all of this stuff and, like, them making certain retcons and kind of going back and being like, oh, well, this character was actually a Skrull for, like, this entire fucking time.
Right.
And has been a Skrull for, like, the past canon 3 years of Marvel Comics. I'm like, okay, fucking Rhodey can be a Skrull in Endgame. Let's go. Like,
Yeah.
they fucking commit to... I don't want to say who it is, but there's a certain quite prolific Avenger that has been a Skrull since, like, just before Disassembled. And,
wow.
you know, he's quite fucking important. So, I don't think you would be able to guess who it was.
Captain
but-
America.
No.
Thor. No.
I ain't gonna tell you. I think they talk about, like, Thor, and they're like, could we make a Super Skrull out of Thor? And they're like, I don't think we could do that.
I don't think you could replace Thor.
Yeah, I don't think we could imitate his powers to the degree.
Yeah.
But yeah, like, it's a really great series, but the invasion itself is quite lackluster. It's the build-up of the history and adding to it that's really, really good. But the invasion itself is just a bunch of Skrulls making themselves known and starting to attack Earth. It's not like any kind of like espionage, like they're slowly taking over sort of thing. It's just boom, suddenly they're here and they've been here a while.
That's crazy.
But it's the build up with the other series that's making it, you know, like proper flesh out and stuff. But it is good. I've enjoyed it. And like I read the Young Avengers series, which was only like 3 issues. The Runaways were there. They didn't really do much. And they kind of like briefly explored Hulkling's heritage and the relevance of it and stuff. And yeah, it was all right. It was fine. Yeah.
I really think that the them replacing people is what like is the scariest part about the scrolls.
Yeah.
Because and to think that people that have been fighting alongside you for years are against you is just like so scary.
And dude, it's a fucking process. Like when they go to replace certain Avengers and certain big name characters, like it shows you the process that they have to go through, and it ain't like the show where they can just look at somebody and imitate what they look like. They have to go through like a full body ritual, like they've got to bathe in this shit and have like this other shit poured over them and change their mindset, and like every time a new person imitates somebody that's already been imitated, they lose some of the memories, so it's not as authentic as it was, and like it's just fleshed out a lot more than they did in the show.
Yeah.
And I feel like the show just kind of fell victim to the same old let's try and make it a Winter Soldier sequel that they keep trying to fucking do because people won't get past the Winter Soldier.
It was the best. Hot take.
I wish... It's not a hot take.
It's a lukewarm
I just
take.
wish that we could move on.
Never.
Anyway, moving on.
I want 80 Winter Soldier films.
Well, you're not getting it.
I really did.
You're not gonna get it.
I actually just want one more.
They hate the character.
I just want one more, and I just want it to be through the ages.
He might get his own. He might get his own film. He's the only legacy character that hasn't so far.
Yeah, because, like, it was Captain America the Winter Soldier, but he didn't have, like, the most screen time in that movie.
Yeah.
He
Okay,
was, like,
fucking...
he was, like, one of the characters with the least amount of screen time for so long.
Yeah.
It was crazy.
We gotta... This is about to become a fucking giant-sized episode.
It always does.
We gotta hit the rumor roundtable. We got the rumor roundtable, and then we got the big question that's left.
Okay.
So I'm gonna fucking hit you with the rumors real quick. Some of these you already know.
Uh-huh.
But Werewolf by Night is supposedly getting a sequel in development or will be returning in some way. Meanwhile, Blade has popped back up and is apparently in early development to start after Secret Wars. And this came like into the news sphere right after the Werewolf by Night stuff. So I think it's interesting that like they seem to be getting their Midnight Suns together.
Mm-hmm.
Right as we've kind of introduced Mephisto.
Isn't Moon Knight part of that though, right? Or no?
I mean he's not really part of the Midnight Suns. He just kind of gets thrown in as like a dream team member for the MCU because of like the supernatural aspect of his show. Cuz
I was only asking because I saw that Oscar Isaac has said that he doesn't really want to work with Disney anymore.
Yeah, I kind of get the impression that if that's going to be the case, they might just not touch Moon Knight.
Yeah.
And like that character just might not return after Secret Wars.
Which is a goddamn shame.
It is. But we, like, the state that the MCU is going to be in, they don't need him.
I have, like, apparently there were rumors that they want him for DC, so that could be cool.
Yeah. I think he would fit in pretty well with, like, the DC side of things.
But not James Gunn DC, Matt Reeves DC.
Even better.
Even better.
Give him to Matt Reeves, make him
Please.
fucking Black Mask or somebody.
I knew
I'll
you were
take
gonna say
whatever.
Black Mask. I don't know how I knew that. As soon as I saw that news, I was like, Ollie's gonna want him to be Black Mask.
I've just never seen him, like... I don't think I've ever seen him do, like, a suited, like, mafia mobster kind of role.
It would be cool.
He's always doing some fucking crazy shit. He's always, like, wide-eyed and messy-haired and, like, frantically running around the place or getting beaten up or whatever.
Yeah, that's true.
I'd like to see him, like, suited and booted, commanding people around the place, see what he looks like doing that.
Booted.
Suited and booted. But yeah, then we've got another rumor that popped up fucking ages ago, like yonks ago, but is making the rounds again, that Chris Evans, I mean, it's like, we're fucking like 90% certain he's gonna be in Doomsday, right?
I thought he was confirmed.
Well, this is the thing, he was confirmed like super early on, but then he wasn't in the casting reveal when they did the chairs. And it went super quiet that he was going to be in the film, but it did get leaked really early on. It was like the first big leak about Doomsday. But then the question was like, well, who's he going to be? And now it's making the rounds again that he's going to be Nomad.
Wasn't he Nomad in Endgame? Or
Well,
Infinity
technically,
War?
yeah, that was the kind of point of that character, but I don't know, like... That was what they were saying the inspiration was, but he wasn't really the character Nomad. Apparently, like, now we're going to be getting him as the character Nomad. Like, I'm guessing a multiversal version. I don't know. Whatever. But that was that was another one. Then we got, fucking mysteriously, I don't know if it was, like, just one popular scooper or if it was a couple of scoopers, but people have been saying that, like, something important's going to be happening with Wiccan. MCU Wiccan. We know that, like, Wiccan's been having a lot of exposure in the comics, and he's going to be, like, heavily featured. He currently has, he's part of, like, a 3-part comic book cover variant thing of, like, you buy 3 of the issues and they all connect together to make one bigger picture.
That's fun.
Yeah, I've pre-ordered all of them because it looks sick. But it's like Doctor Strange, Wiccan, and Scarlet Witch, and they're like the trio that are in the supernatural magical corner of the Marvel universe. So he's getting like a level up and is like really moving to the forefront. And yeah, there's like people saying that like something's going to be happening with him, like they're going to be making moves with Wiccan in the MCU, which is probably why, you know, Synergy doing it in the comics.
Right.
And then, God, the biggest rumor, which I'm like super interested to see what you think about this. Do you remember when they revealed RDJ as Doom and he was surrounded by a lot of other Dooms that looked like Doombots?
No. I don't remember that.
Well, he came out onto the stage and the fucking Russos are like, there's only one man that could play Doctor Doom. And then he fucking steps out from the crowd of other Dooms and reveals himself.
Yeah, I don't remember that part. I just remember him, like, I just remember the video of him, like, taking off the mask.
Well, apparently, the rumor is he will not be the only Doom.
Like the only
And
actor playing Doom?
Yeah. This has sent people into a fucking frenzy. Because does this mean that from the very get-go, like from the reveal of there being all these Dooms on the stage and RDJ stepping out to play Doom, like they were basically showing us like there's going to be multiple Dooms?
That's
and like,
possible.
what does multiple Dooms even mean? Does that mean RDJ is going to be playing multiple variants? Or are we going to get other actors playing Doom?
I definitely think a couple of them are going to just be RDJ over and over again, because they did that with Kang, where it was
And we're
the same
totally going to
actor.
get, like... We're totally getting RDJ Iron Man versus RDJ Doom, right?
No.
We are.
I don't
You
think
just
we
don't
are.
want it. We definitely
Where
are.
does RDJ Iron Man coming from? Because he's dead.
It's the fucking multiverse, Ryan.
Yeah, but I thought you said that there's only 3 Earths.
Yeah,
There's
but
no
no,
Iron
you've
Man
got to
on the
get.
other 2 Earths.
You've got to get to Secret Wars.
Oh my god.
Secret Wars is a
Gotta get to
patchwork.
Secret Wars.
It's a patchwork.
But Doomsday
of
is
the
before
multiverse.
Secret Wars, so I don't...
Well, that's true, but like these films are basically just one big massive film.
Okay.
Whatever is rumored for Doomsday is rumored for Secret Wars. So either way, I do think that we could see multiple Dooms. I think it would be... Can you imagine if, like, RDJ's been confirmed to be playing Doctor Doom, but he's not the Doctor Doom?
I mean, I would prefer
He's
that.
just a Doctor Doom.
Obviously. Because I didn't like the news. But, I don't know. He seems like he is the Doom, because they confirmed that he's the Doom in Fantastic Four, right? Maybe he's the good Doom. No, that wouldn't make any sense.
We could finally get it, Ryan. It brings me to tears just thinking about it.
I know what you're thinking.
We could finally get Mads Mikkelsen!
Just once.
I think that they're gonna do it, you know. I think that there's a chance, because of John Krasinski being Reed Richards.
I don't want to get my hopes
I genuinely
up.
do. I think that Cillian Murphy, fucking Mads Mikkelsen, I think anybody that gets, like, fan cast as Doctor Doom has a chance of actually appearing in these films.
Yeah.
Maybe not Secret Wars. Maybe it is Doomsday and it's just a cameo thing where RDJ Doom is taking out other Dooms. But I think that there's a chance that we could see Mads Mikkelsen Doom.
If... I guess, like, Dooms from different Earths fighting wouldn't be the weirdest thing. If it's, like... I don't know. It's just, I don't want to get my hopes up.
I would fucking love, for, like, a different Doom to take out RDJ Doom.
Yeah.
But then it's like, I only want it to happen if it's Mads Mikkelsen Doom, and if it's anybody else, I'm like, I don't care. Like, my list of Doom actors is Mads Mikkelsen, and then fucking RDJ, anybody else. I'm like, RDJ is better than everybody else apart
Really?
from Mads Mikkelsen. Yeah, because I don't care for anybody else playing Doom right now.
Yeah, it's hard for me, probably because I don't really care about Doom's character.
Well, this
So-
is the thing, I'm like, they haven't really helped either with, like, the zero build-up.
Yeah.
So, I think it's going to be difficult for anybody that, like, doesn't like the character, isn't necessarily invested in the character anyway going into it. I feel like
they
Doom's pure aura farming to anybody
should have
that's
made
not read
him-
anything.
should have made him a more prominent feature in Fantastic Four instead of just having that weird cameo.
Supporting role.
Because that seemed like kind of a cop-out. But, like, if he had been a part of it, I don't know, like, he's in the Latveria embassy when Galactus comes, I don't know, and he has to help them defeat him.
I think full supporting role.
It'd be crazy.
Like, just, like, they'd already announced it. I say just fucking, they should have embraced it, cast RDJ in the film, have him as Victor Von Doom, have him as a supporting character, multiple scenes with him in, and then
It's
the
just-
reveal at the end of the film that he's been planning something all along.
It just doesn't make sense that he just showed up at the end. Or was that a time skip situation?
Yeah, it was 4 years later.
Jesus Christ. Yeah, okay.
And
Maybe
we don't know if it's the Doom from that Earth. We don't know if he's already traveling the multiverse.
I think it must be.
You would think so with the Latveria tease. It makes sense, but I don't know. But like, I don't know. But there's gonna be apparently multiple Doom variants, and that's the latest rumor, including a female Doom.
Oh, interesting.
which you can imagine has got quite the reaction.
Woke. Too woke.
Exactly.
I'm not going to
I
see
hate that
it.
they have to just
Too
have
woke.
women existing. It's awful.
Isn't it? Why why must women exist? I ask myself that every day.
So, before we get to Herbie's big question, I wanted to run something past you because I had this idea, and I don't know if I like it or not, but I wanted to like run it past you to see what you thought. But I I get the impression that after Secret Wars, they might make Tommy Maximoff's Speed into the MCU's Quicksilver, and
Like give
like
him the
Kate
name.
Bishop, yes, and Kate Bishop may just be the new Hawkeye. And like certain characters won't necessarily be recast and they'll get given those characters' storylines
Hmm.
and there will be the MCU variants, the MCU versions of those characters. Because I mean, I don't know, how would you feel about Tommy becoming Quicksilver?
I don't like I don't have a stake in the game. To be honest, like they could do it. I probably wouldn't like have a problem with it. I don't think it's necessarily like the coolest thing. I like his name
No.
Speed. I like his outfit. I like his him being his own thing. So I don't
What
necessarily
about
think
with
that
like
it's
Kate
you need to
Bishop?
do it. She's already Hawkeye, so that's kind of gonna happen regardless.
Yeah.
I feel like I like legacy characters. We've already been over this. I think that they're super
Yeah, yeah.
fun. I enjoy that more than just rehashing the same character over and over again. So I'm not opposed to it. Um, I do think that Kate Bishop will be the new Hawkeye, but they're like in the comics. Obviously, there's two Hawkeyes, so it doesn't necessarily mean that Hawkeye has to die for that to happen. Whereas Quicksilver's already dead and gone. I just don't really. I guess it is his like uncle. So if anybody's gonna take the name, it should be him, right? But it might not be
Hmm.
something that they want to have a legacy, if that makes sense.
The reason that I sort of initially had thought about it was because I started reading a Scarlet Witch and Quicksilver comic, and the way that Pietro acts is like so similar to Tommy to the
Hmm.
point where I'm like, they could easily swap out these characters, and then I was like, oh shit, I wonder if that's like maybe what they're gonna do because they've never really done much with Quicksilver outside of like Magneto stuff, outside of Scarlet Witch stuff. Like he's never taken off as a character on his own, and I don't expect Speed to be any different. Like I just don't think they know what to do with speedsters that isn't ripping off the
Yeah,
Flash.
it's terrible.
But I don't know. I was thinking about like, you know, characters they could bring back and stuff, and like, you know, is it worth recasting Pietro and bringing back Quicksilver, like considering that, you know, they might not even make them Magneto's kids, and if you're not going to make them Magneto's kids, then like what's kind of the point of Pietro being there
Yeah,
and
if
like having him back if you're not going to have that storyline?
I agree with that statement, I would much prefer him to be like I don't know. I want to see his villain arc, you know, because
Yeah.
he's him and Wanda are not good guys all the time. I would love to see that being like a storyline. So I guess I would like them to bring him back if it's that case, but if not, like you're right, he could be replaced by Speed and it would probably be better than trying to like rehash his character in a different way, which they seem to love doing, just changing it all. Yeah, I would prefer it be like Speed. But I feel like he needs to be Speed first cuz he has to
Yeah.
like
Yeah. Yeah.
learn about that like even having that connection cuz right now as much as like even Billy didn't realize that his mom was the Scarlet Witch until the end of Agatha all along. So Tommy definitely has no fucking idea where he gets his powers from. He might like think about Quicksilver and be like, "Oh man, like I'm just like him," you know? but not necessarily like he's family, right? Like he probably just looks up to him as another speedster.
And on top of that, like, they're not even going to be doing, like, a Pietro Tommy bonding thing like they've done in the comics. They're going with Vision instead.
Right.
Which, as far as I'm aware, like, in the comics, Vision's got nothing to do with those kids.
I mean, they can't.
Because, like, he got fucking torn apart, reborn, whatever. Like, he's not the same Vision anymore.
Right. But Quicksilver had, like, not a lot of time in the MCU. So
No.
he wasn't even called Quicksilver. Like, it was such a small moment where he did like he was the only casualty during Age of Ultron that wasn't like a civilian. But still, like I don't know that Speed even would know who he is, because a
Yeah.
lot of other things kind of took precedence during the shit with Sokovia. Like it wasn't all about Quicksilver's sacrifice. It was mostly about how the Avengers fucked up, you know.
I'm trying to think of, like, well, like,
I guess
WandaVision.
I guess cuz she brought him back as like maybe he would remember that, but I don't know.
I'm
That
just
wasn't
like, I'm trying
really
to think of to what degree people knew. I don't think the people of Westview, I don't remember any of them bringing up Pietro. I think it was mostly the S.H.I.E.L.D. people being like, oh, that's her brother. Like, fucking
right.
Darcy brings it up. Like,
Cuz
oh
it
shit,
was
she recast Pietro. But, like, she would
yeah.
know because she's in on it kind of thing.
And
Whereas,
he
like, the
wasn't
general public and whoever don't really know him.
I think in that he was Peter, right? Like he didn't get called Pietro cuz it was genuinely like a retcon that Wanda did herself.
Mm.
So it's completely different, yeah. I don't know. It's interesting. Interesting thoughts.
But yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I thought it might have been an interesting way to take the character because, like, Speed doesn't really get any exposure in the comics anyway.
Yeah.
But that being said, he did just get confirmed to be on Wanda's council.
Mm-hmm.
He is one half of the Demiurge with Billy.
Is
You
he?
know, I mean, yeah, they were born from, like, the same, like, the fucking soul of Mephisto thing. They were both birthed the same way. They're twins.
I
They're
just figured
technically,
he got the short
like,
end of the
linked.
stick.
It's like they just don't really know what to do with his powers because he's not a traditional speedster in the sense of, like, oh, he just runs fast. Like, no, there's some kind of, whether it's like reality warping or magic, like, attached to the fact that he runs quick,
Right.
which I think
Maybe that's just
makes,
how he wants to manifest his powers is with the speed as opposed to like how Wiccan does it with spells, quote unquote
yeah.
spells.
So, like, I think that's way more interesting though, but they've just never, like, hard focused on it. But I'm
Right.
thinking, like, maybe that's why he's been added to the council. A lot of people have been saying fucking on Twitter and whatever, like, why is he being added and, whatever. But it does make sense. Like, they're both the fucking kids of the Scarlet Witch.
I think in the MCU they need cuz they've teased Mephisto, right? We've gotten there with it. I do believe that he should be connected to Wanda and like WandaVision, like what happened there, and they
Oh,
should kind of
100%.
bring it in. I do think that Tommy should be on Mephisto's side to start with. Like I think that he should be like
Dad!
not necessarily
You're my
dad, but like
dad!
if something goes on with him and Vision where they don't have the best relationship, maybe Mephisto can like manipulate him in that aspect and kind of bring him over to the other side until he meets Billy and then like has to grapple with that. I think that would be way more interesting than just having him be like on the hero's side from the start. Because he's
I
going
think
through
it's such
shit, you
a...
know?
Oh, yeah. I think it's such an interesting idea, like... He doesn't run quick and he doesn't manipulate time to run quick. He manipulates reality to run quick.
Yeah. That is kind of
So,
cool.
I mean, they're definitely going to fucking reunite that family for Doomsday and Secret Wars. Like, 1,000%. Like, there's no fucking doubt in my mind we're going to see that family versus Doom. But, like, what they do with the family afterwards, I think, is going to be the interesting part. And, like... I don't know. I want to see so much stuff with those Maximoffs. There's so many options for them, but there's not a lot from the comics for them because the comics has been quite weak, but just like the powers and the characters themselves have so much potential. And
Mm-hmm.
it's only just now that we're finally getting some of that.
I think it's cool. It's cool for the MCU that there's so little with them because that means that they can do a lot more with the
They can pull a
characters.
James Gunn.
Right. But it does suck because they are such cool characters. They deserve a lot more recognition.
Are you ready for Herbie's big question?
I am ready.
Herbie's big question is, who would you pick as the big bad of the MCU after Secret Wars and after Doctor Doom? That's if, Doctor Doom could stick around but presumably won't still be the big bad. Who,
Right.
whether they have already been introduced or, yet to be introduced, who would you pick? Who would your dream pick be to be the new big bad for the next phase of the MCU?
Well, I would like for it to be more X-Men focused
Mm-hmm.
because they have confirmed that there's going to be an X-Men movie or whatever. So I definitely want to see the start of like the Brotherhood of Evil and Mystique. I
Okay.
would really love that. If at that point they wanted to recast Quicksilver, like he could definitely we could do something with that. Maybe Magneto. We get a new Magneto, and we get to have him running the Brotherhood of Evil. But like, I really would like to see some X-Men action, fighting some bad guys.
Is there like you've mentioned before like Onslaught? Is there anybody like Onslaught or Apocalypse or like Mr. Sinister? Anybody that like a big classic X-Men bad guy that you think that they should do first?
I think that Magneto should be first, genuinely. If they're gonna do any other bigger bad guys, they
You
need to
want the whole
have.
like X-Men versus Brotherhood storyline from like X-Men 1 redone.
Yeah, I just feel like they need to start smaller as opposed to
Yeah.
like starting with someone big like Onslaught. Like definitely work up to something like that. Plus Onslaught comes after like you introduce Magneto and Charles Xavier because he's both their psyches connected. So you kind of need to have all that become like a storyline first before you can do that. And I feel like Apocalypse, you definitely need some because he's got his four horsemen. You need some more bad guys and some good guys to come into the fold before you can really do that either. So I do think that the Brotherhood of Evil is the place to start. Um, I don't think necessarily they should do it exactly the same, obviously. And I do think that it's better when the Brotherhood of Evil aren't all idiots. As much as it's like that's who Mystique can manipulate, I do think that they should give her some heavy hitters. Like I definitely want to see Juggernaut and
You
shit
mean
like
we
that.
can't have Toad?
I hate
Toad, get out
Toad.
of here!
I hate
Get
Toad
out
so
of here!
much.
We
No
don't
offense
want
to
you
him, but
anymore.
he's terrible. Very useless. Literally never helps in the slightest. He's always just getting taken out. Like, why is he there? Just they just throw him at the enemy so that he can like save them a couple minutes.
Give people a quick lick.
But like yeah, I don't know. I just feel like you have to start off first with Magneto as the bad guy. I mean, even if it's just him and he doesn't have a brotherhood, like you need him and Mystique.
Yeah, I mean, I can see like the whole, you have like your initial battle with Magneto, the trial of Magneto. Oh, now there's a big threat and we've got a team with Magneto.
Yeah. And with
Oh,
the
Magneto's a bad guy again.
I feel like they didn't do enough villain Mystique. Like in the originals they did she was part of like the Brotherhood of Evil, but like I just she wasn't like the head of it like she usually is.
Yeah.
And she really fucks with the X-Men because she could turn into anybody. Like, there are times where she, like, pretends to be one of the students. Like, it's fucked up. I don't know. I just feel like they're a really good pair. And then they're morally, like, they're not necessarily evil, because they're fighting for mutant rights or mutant superiority or whatever. So that's, like, I don't know. It's just, it's an interesting topic to have for the first X-Men storyline.
I love that we've both gone to like completely different corners of Marvel for our picks.
What
Like
did you pick?
you've gone straight into mutants and I've gone straight into the supernatural.
Oh yeah.
And I'm not picking Mephisto. I'm picking Lilith
Oh.
because I really want them to do like the whole side of like I want to have like a whole saga of supernatural stuff. I kind of have like it's probably just a fucking fantasized like pitch in my head for how they're going to structure the MCU after Secret Wars. But I think there's going to be like the mutant side, the supernatural side, and then the mainline like Avengers. And each one's going to have like, you know, their own shit going on. And then they're going to like overlap for the main stories, like the big events.
Yeah.
So that you can kind of just watch all of the stuff in one corner or all of the main Avengers stuff or all of the X-Men stuff, right?
Yeah.
And like you don't need to watch anything else. So it's a lot easier for people. So I want to do like a full fucking supernatural thing with like Dracula, get Mephisto in there. But like I want Lilith to be the big bad because we so far haven't had like a strong female villain in the MCU. And if the rumors are right that it's going to be Mia Goth, I'm all
Oh,
for it.
of course. Of
She was
course.
signed on to play Lilith in the Blade film. I don't know
Oh.
if she still is. So I'm all for it, and I think it would be great to see just like them embrace the Halloweeny, spooky, supernatural side of it, and like, you know, you've got Wanda, you've got Blade,
Yeah.
throw in Wiccan, you know, all of that stuff.
I am really excited for
Ghost
Blade.
Rider.
Oh, Ghost Rider, yeah. They
I
need
feel like
to
there's a lot of
bring him
potential
in.
there.
Which
I
Ghost
think they
Rider is
know
the
as
real
well.
question.
Well, you would start off with Johnny Blaze, and
Would
then
you?
yes, but then Johnny Blaze would die, and
Eventually.
then Robbie Reyes would pick it up, but then when they're in hell fighting Lilith, Johnny Blaze would return, so that you
Ah.
had two Ghost Riders because like you've got dead Johnny
Ah.
Blaze and the current Ghost Rider.
Incredible.
Not that I've like fully thought it out in my head already.
Yeah. There's some room for improvement, but I get what you're trying to say.
But I would even throw like I was gonna say I'd even throw some Champions and Young Avengers in there as well, but I wouldn't. I'm like, no,
The only Young
I don't
Avenger is
even.
Wiccan.
I think it's pretty clear that Marvel like don't really know what to do with them, and I'm just like, you know what? Just fucking don't even bother. Like, don't get my hopes up. Just let them go off and like now do their own shit. They're probably gonna be the saviors of Secret Wars anyway, by the way it's being set up. Like, they're gonna be the only people that are able to like bring everybody back from the world that has been created in Secret Wars.
You think so?
Yeah, especially from that concept art that came out. That's the impression I'm getting, is that like
The AI
everybody else
concept
has
art.
been yeah. Everybody else has been like brainwashed and put into this new world at the end of the universe, and the only people that can save it are like the new generation. That's the vibe that I get. But we'll discuss that when you've read Secret Wars.
Tune in
Holy
next
shit.
time on the
Yeah,
616 podcast.
in about 5 episodes, We will have a Secret Wars special. God, we will talk for like 3 hours about that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm picking Lilith.
I always talk for way too long about The Walking Dead.
That's fine. You had 2 seasons to cover.
There's so many episodes in that show. There's no reason.
But you're almost done.
No, there is a reason, and we should bring back that many episodes in a season.
Oh yeah, definitely.
I felt like
100%.
I felt so fed. I was like, there's no way it's still going.
We need like 16 to 18 episode seasons,
20
weekly
minimum.
releases.
20 minimum.
I don't know about that.
20 minimum. I like filler episodes. The reason
but I
that
gone
everything
with, like...
sucks now is that we don't get any filler episodes where people are happy. They just have to be miserable the whole fucking time, and it pisses me off.
I could have done with like half of Gotham being taken out.
Well, that's not a good example. That show was like mediocre at best. The coolest part was the people they had playing the characters.
Yeah, but like Breaking Bad and Game of Thrones has filler.
I don't watch
They only
either
have, like,
of those
13 episodes.
TV shows.
Well, maybe that's a sign. You just need
Well,
to pick better shows.
I used to watch Supernatural.
Okay.
And that had so many episodes, and I loved all of them.
Yeah, and that's why you've turned out the way that you are now.
I believe it is, actually.